Hey everybody, it's 6 p.m. It's Friday night, and that means it's time for Dragons and Things and the power of the universe. Woo, 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 woo. Huzzah! 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 Welcome, everyone. Welcome. There are people with me this evening. Hello, people. Hi,
friends.
Before the shows start, there's a lot of things that happen. Diana informed us that her eyes were crying. Jim and I were confused as to what else could be crying.
Eric illuminated us.
That's as much as we're going to need to talk about.
Krag had some insights, and here we are. Delirious 2019 has redeemed a huzzah. Gary Bones has redeemed an huzzah. Thank you so much, everybody. Thank you, everybody, for tuning in. Tonight's episode of Power of the Universe is going to feature these three wonderful adventurers you see before you. Why? Well, Ashley was unavailable this evening, and unfortunately, Megan is going through some family issues, I suppose we could say. And she could really use your support. So if you do want to send her a message on Twitter or anywhere else, or just even here in chat, we'll make sure she sees all the positive vibes. And I'm sure she and her family would really appreciate it. So these three adventurers are going to be joining us this evening. We, of course, have a great show for you. I think I wrote 11 pages, everybody.
Jeez.
It's pretty impressive. Jim's outlines are usually like 4 pages. So, you know, we could just see. So basically that means I'm almost 3 times as effective of a GM. I think that's...
It's not the number of pages, Adam.
That's why I had to step down and let you take over. You write more pages, and it's better.
Yeah. No, I will say, I don't like the writing part of it. I don't like the writing part of it. But... alas, here we are anyways. 3 adventurers, are you 3 ready to be told a story and then tell more of a story yourselves?
Are you ready, Adam, is the question. That's the real question.
Yeah, my eyeball is twitching. I feel like I'm going to be just rubbing my eyeball here. All right, let's find out.
Cry?
Here we go. My eyeballs might be crying. Diana could tell me all about that. Here we go. The Erendite Times. Greetings, defender of truth. A glorious new day greets you. The renovations to Sir Quigley the Bold's tomb continue. The mad monkeys remain in retreat, and of course, the year of celebration continues. There is much to rejoice over, and perhaps a bit of news that will tickle you. I have been informed that the attack on the House of Cleansing Flame from the other day was in fact merely a staged production. Yes, I too was as shocked as I'm sure you are. But it seems the surprises never cease when it comes to the lady in charge, Orissa, Weapon of Arender. It seems she had hired actors to portray to-be King Krag and his particular brand of heroics to help spice up the festivities for the celebration. In fact, a little birdie told me to be on the lookout for such performers in and around Anderley over the next few days. So fear not the visage of the fearsome barbarian and his friends. They're here for your entertainment and amusement. I, for one, hope to get an autograph should I run into the brute. So, with such fun news, greet this day with vigor. The heroes are back. Perhaps we may even get to see more impromptu performances from this merry band of thespians. Ah, a faithful follower can dream. For now, Defender, as always, may the purity of Arender be with you. Stride boldly forth. Sir Quigley very much approves of you. Last time on Dragons and Things. The crew was questioned by Sir Horace the Bold. Excuse me, not Sir Horace the Bold, Sir Horace the Stout of Arender's Holy Army. The man in charge wanted to know if Krag, Alex, and Lyra were the real ones, as he had news that these 3 had been seen all over the region causing unknown chaos and violence. None of the party's claims seemed to leave the knight with much confidence, but he must have sensed some truth to their words as he agreed to their release. But there was a catch. Hallie was to remain at the House of Cleansing Flame for further questioning. She would be free to go when the party returned with some information, specifically information concerning the cult that appeared to be behind all of the attacks. First, though, they had to shop. Lyra found leather, Krag discovered the act of bartering, Alex let her hair down, and the GM learned an important lesson about never doing that again. Eventually, they found their way to the Boldly Froth, a themed tavern that was hosting a get-together in the back room for those individuals seeking answers. After staking out the place and ordering drinks, the group was set upon by a gnome named Richie. Richie promised to get them into the meeting and help them get answers for the price of 2 silver pieces each. Myer took pity on the GM, I mean gnome, and paid the fee so that the story could move forward. As the crew listened to the speaker drone on and on about answers and questions, Richie questioned Alex. And Alex, who had so staunchly refused to buckle under the intense pressure of interrogation earlier at the Church of Arender, quickly gave up every detail concerning the party to Richie, who just simply asked. As the sermon came to an end, Krag, Myer, and Alex all received directions to head towards Old Town, while Lyra was given an entirely different path. She wrestled with the decision to split the party, while everyone else just sort of shrugged. It appeared to be Krag's indifference that sealed the deal, and Lyra left to go out on her own. This wasn't a great idea, as Lyra, alone in the city, discovered her destination was a ruse and Richie was waiting, her fate unknown to the group. Meanwhile, Krag, Alex, and Myer found themselves on a boat headed for the town of Warren Mill, where they needed to be in 2 days' time. So that's where we find you three, on a boat, with naught but the captain, a woman named Mary, and each other to keep you company. You know that you're expected at the Broken Fang. There it is. You know that you're expected at the Broken Fang at 11 a.m. on Smith Day, now only 1 day away. What do you do?
We read comments.
It's great when only one of you says it. Yeah, it's awesome. So good.
I said it.
We got new NPC.
Furash is now an NPC, me. Congratulations, Furash. With all the ins and outs of our cast, we have... Oh, and Kitsu723 is now an NPC. Nice. All you have to do is email your photo to datdragonshow@gmail.com, and we will get you in a future episode. As I was just mentioning, with all the casts in and outs, we have not been able to, just have one look to the show where we could portray the NPCs. So hopefully, once we have our full cast back, we will have NPC me's, and everything will be amazing. Speaking of other bonuses, before we read comments, I wanted to address that this week we are starting with Alex having a Nat 1 that she can use to influence any D20 roll, and Krag having a Nat 20 that he can use for any D20 roll. That was part of the Norse Foundry power-up, which I believe Cadence won last week. Yep. And Lyra, who's not here, still has a wild magic on her, so when she returns, she will still have that wild magic. But tonight, Myer still has his wild magic on him, and Alex has a power of the universe, which normally there can only be one power of the universe redeemed a night. But we're starting this episode with Alex already having one, so if someone were to purchase another, there could technically be 2 powers of the universe. I'm now done talking about bonuses. Let's talk about some comments.
Okay. So I just saw that Real POTUS... Sorry, go ahead.
No, you got it. You're on it.
I was just going to say, I see that Real POTUS 98 has gifted a sub to Wendy. Hi, Wendy. And that's his 379th gifted sub.
Holy.
That's incredible.
That is insanity.
That's crazy.
Approaching 400. The 4 centurion mark. Amazing.
Insane. Go ahead, Jim.
Oh, I lost it. It's all good.
You're talking about
I will say Nope, I'm done now. That gamer share followed, though.
Thank you.
And let's see. Luna Steel Song has resubbed 36 months. That is
nice.
That's 3 years.
Holy cow.
That's 3 years worth of subscriptions.
Crazy.
That's crazy. Crazy.
I got one from Lucas. It's Lucas Martinez says, I hear the Krag crew reenactors will only do appearances in town if they can have a long couch with blankets to sit on.
We also have a comment from Kurisu5412 finally checking this show out. Well, welcome. Welcome. Thanks so much for checking out the show. Appreciate you being here.
Yes. Ready Blair 1 is in the house. That's Blair Peterson. He says, evening, everybody.
Blair.
Hi, Blair.
Huzzah, Sky Lily.
Huzzah. Well, I like
so the rumors of a couch return possibly true. Real POTUS 98, the couch is in the intro credits. That's the couch. It's already been given to you. It has already returned.
My goodness.
Good golly, you guys have so many bonuses on the board. As a friendly reminder,
let me see.
Any of you that have gold up there, that's from last week, so make sure you add that to your total currently. And I'm going to go ahead and delete those 2 totals there for Alex and Myer, because those should have been added to your sheet. And as another reminder, hero points can be used for rerolls on any d20 roll, or they remove the dying condition and stabilize you with 0 HP. Nice. So if you do go down. And our buffs, remember, all buffs, if you use them, must be spent at once. So if you have 10 buffs, you have to use them all on 1 roll, and that would give you a plus 10. If you had 2 buffs, you'd have to use all 2, and those would give you a plus 2 to your d20 roll. Last week, there wasn't a lot of combat, so I'm hoping to fix that this week. We'll see. We'll find out what you guys do to destroy all my plans. Is anybody, not ready? Is anybody not ready?
I mean...
I feel pretty ready.
I think I'm ready.
I think I'm ready.
All right.
Can you blow the horn,
reminder,
please?
Yeah, let's get that horn blowing here.
Shoot,
the starting whistle.
Yep.
Huzzah!
We're on a boat. Huzzah!
Huzzah! You are on a boat.
Huzzah!
The 3 of you have been traveling the Wickvern. Huzzah! The 3 of you have been traveling the Wickvern for just over a day. The captain, who goes by no other name or title, seems to keep to himself and remains tight-lipped. Meanwhile, the 4th passenger, a young woman named Mary, spends most of her time on deck, eyes to the horizon, eager to see where her journey takes her. The riverway is filled with traffic. The riverway is filled with traffic along its width. It's about lunchtime on Plow Day. Tomorrow, Smith Day, you are expected at the Broken Fang at 11 a.m. Suddenly, the weather shifts and colors swirl in the air, and once again, confetti falls from the sky. What do you 3 do?
I enjoy my pleasant boat ride to the town, and then I go to the place that I'm supposed to go tomorrow. I get a good night's sleep and eat a big breakfast.
Great. The food on the boat is not fantastic. I don't know if you expected anything different, but you've probably, Myers probably had worse, but not many. Krag, Alex, anything you 2 would like to be doing? Yeah. Otherwise, we can carry out the boat ride.
No, I find Alex. And I ask her, Alex, did I used to be into disguises? I have this strange feeling. You know, it's been coming to me here on this boat. Is that a thing that I used to do? Was that? Do you remember?
Yes, it was. It was a thing. I'm glad your memory is coming back slowly, Krag.
I get the feeling that just pulling my hair back and wearing this garish outfit isn't enough. I think I need a mustache. What do you think? I think we can craft a mustache, and I could have this mustache, and it will add to the disguise.
Okay.
Could you help me do this?
Yeah. Okay. where are you gonna get
All
hair
I need.
from?
I could cut some of my hair off, or your hair's a pretty good match. We need glue, though. Do you have glue? You have something I could stick this. I need to get it on here. I need to fashion the.
I don't know. I mean, maybe we can look around the boat.
You think Myer has glue in that bag? You think he has glue? He's got his little book in his.
I know, his annoying book and his annoying notepad. I mean, like, we can ask him. I think he went to his room, though.
How about Mary? Mary seems like the kind of person that would have glue.
Or sap. Maybe you can use tree sap and just stick it on.
Oh. So, Adam, I start going around the boat and checking the boat to see if there's any parts of the boat that have sap.
There are parts of the boat that are covered in bird poop.
Ow!
This is not. No, we're So I tell Alex. I said, Alex, let's go talk to Mary. We go find Mary. What's Mary doing?
Mary is sitting not quite on the very front of the boat, but she's pretty far up there. She's really just sort of has her eyes to the horizon. She's got the wind sort of blowing her hair back, and she just seems very pleasantly enjoying herself.
It's like the Titanic moment. She's on the front of the boat.
As I mentioned, not on the front of the boat, just up near the
You said
boat.
close.
Yeah.
So
again, avoiding the trope that you just plowed right into.
I slowly. So Alex, come on, let's go talk to Mary. So slowly approach Mary. Hey, Mary.
Are you sneaking up on her? What are you doing? Don't startle her.
Hey, Mary. Hey, Mary, it's me, Mike. Hi.
Oh, hi, Mike.
I forgot my name.
It's good to see you. Hi, Juliet.
Hi, Mary. Nice as enjoying the breeze on this boat.
Oh, this is amazing. I've never actually been away from Anderley before. This is really exciting, and I'm just really looking forward to what's out there.
Oh,
that is exciting. That's huge.
Yeah.
So
I just look at Krag.
I have a random question for you. It's going to seem a little odd. Strange, even. You happen to have glue? Do you have any glue? Do you have glue on you?
Oh, glue? No, I never thought to grab glue. Is that something that people take with them when they leave? I was in such a rush. Roger and I had no idea that we'd be leaving this night. So I honestly, all I packed was just some clothes and a few odds and ends, but no glue. Is that something that normally you should take with you on a trip?
It's good for repairs. Yeah.
Yes, you should always have glue as an adventurer.
Yeah,
Wow.
it's good to repair.
Adventure. Do you think that there's going to be adventure on this?
Oh yeah, we're sailing off into the horizon. I mean, who knows what we're gonna see?
You never can tell, Mary. You never can tell. So, Mary, thank you. We're going to let you enjoy the ride here. And
okay. We'll
see it when we disembark the boat.
Sure.
You
turn from Mary. I don't know what Krag expected, but obviously glue was something he expected.
So
Krag, what was your name? I forgot. Mike is
I told her.
Shoot! Wait, what's Myer's name?
His name is Myer.
Just my name. It's James. I picked the easiest one.
James.
Oh, it's James. That's right.
James.
James.
Yeah.
He's James
Okay, I'm
Myer,
writing this
not
down.
to be confused with the James Myer, the singer. Not James Mayer. He's James Myer.
Okay, I'm gonna put it on my computer somewhere. Okay, go ahead.
I'm guessing there's no crew. It's just the captain of the boat, or is there a small crew, Adam?
No, there's no crew, Eric. It's basically, you know that after a day on this boat, you know that it's called the Lucky Duck, and it is not much more. Yeah, the boat is not much more than a sail and a rudder. There is on the deck, there's like a small roofed area where the captain basically spends all his time at the wheel. That's where the wheel is. That's the only sort of roofed area.
Oh, God.
But right in front of there is kind of a trap door that leads below decks. It's very tight down there. Somehow he's managed to like hang up like 6 hammocks / bunks, and there's also like a little tiny kitchenette area, but it's not even a kitchenette. Like it's really just sort of a pantry that he calls a kitchen. And that's basically it. And it has not been a comfortable journey, but I mean, you're here for 2 days, so you're making it.
I kind of ransack the kitchenette area and go in there and start pulling through stuff, looking for foodstuffs that would be tacky. And I'm putting all these things together in my head. We saw the bird poop. Maybe I could take some bird poop.
No, we're not using bird poop. We're not using bird poop.
He's gonna put it right on his face. He's putting it right on his face.
I'm doing it. I'm making the thing.
So he's getting it on his face, right above his lip. Right above that
dagger,
lip.
Yeah. I got my dagger. I cut some hair off. I have this hair. And so I sit there and I proceed on this boat ride. The day out of our trip is trying to fashion a mustache and just find anything I can, Adam, on the boat that would be tacky enough for me to try to put this hair on my upper lip.
Okay. Well, the first thing that you're going to need to do is roll it would be a seek action, which is perception based. So you are looking for items. So why don't you roll a perception check?
Oh yeah. 18 plus 6. That's a 24.
So really what occurs to you is you think to yourself, well, I mean, this guy, there's not a lot of like tacky food. There's a lot of dry foods on the boat, but what there is there's fish guts. And you realize that dries very sort of sticky. And so you think to yourself, if you can mix that with the bird poop, maybe you could come up with something that would dry and stick to you. So that's one thing that you do find.
This is good. So I collect.
Everyone, this is what you've tuned in for. This is what you've tuned in for. This was Eric's decision alone, and I have chosen to entertain his gameplay desires.
Hey, we gotta have fun here. We're here to have fun. I'm having fun. So I do. Can I roll for this mustache now, or I'm sitting here crafting?
So now you're gonna roll.
It's gonna take me.
I believe crafting's stion a check in second edition. Is that?
Yes,
is that
I have a +3 and I have a +3 in crafting.
Yeah, go ahead.
Yes.
Can I? Come on, baby.
I'm gonna just watch you very carefully.
So, it's a 13 on the die, plus my 3 gives me a 16.
Okay. You can use bonuses. You can make an amazing mustache.
Oh man! Yeah, can I? No, I'm not. I'm gonna hold on. I'm gonna hold on to my 9 bonus.
Oh jeez.
I'll take a 16.
Yeah, hold on to it.
I'm gonna take a 16 mustache. I'm taking a 16.
Okay, you're gonna take a 16 mustache. Why don't you go ahead and roll me a D4, please?
Right. I like this. We're playing a game. It's the mustache game.
You know you're gonna have to smell fish underneath your nose this entire time.
So that is a 2.
It's a feature.
It's a 2.
It's a 2. Okay. So this is mechanically how this is going to work. You have successfully stuck your own hair under your nose with bird poop and fish guts.
Hold on, let me get it on there.
Ew. Oh.
Now, the question is it a mustache that anyone will believe? No, this is not a mustache that anyone will believe. It is, in fact, a gross, gross mess on your face. But you now have
looks so real, though.
The ability, when you apply this gunk, you can keep your mustache on for 2 hours before it basically falls apart. Over the 2 hours, it will be deteriorating, and it will completely have fallen off your face, except for the residue from your glue within 2 hours.
I like it. I like this. This is good. This is all very good. I'll take 2 hours. That's all I need.
Great. Yep. Awesome.
Thank you, Adam. Thank you, Adam.
Alex,
you have
is there anything else?
Me very happy.
Is there anything else you would like to be doing, Alex?
I'm just trying to find a bottle of wine so I can take away the smell.
The captain does not seem eager to share his booze with you. And it starts to rain, and you know
inside
that upstairs,
the kitchen too?
It is not raining inside at the moment for you.
Okay.
It is raining outside. And you don't really have any access to booze. I mean, you kind of like, I guess you could ask the captain, but he does not seem willing to share. He doesn't really seem willing to talk too much either.
Fine, I guess I'll just have to smell your face when you talk to me. That's great. Krag, you really should have thought about this.
I did. I thought it through. I think this.
Yeah,
I don't
but
look
there's
like
other
Krag anymore. I
things
look like.
Yeah,
I look
there's
like
other
a Mike
things.
Something else. You look
Don't
like
call
something
me. Don't
else.
call me Krag. You have to call me Mike. Please call me Mike. I think this will stick. I think it's gonna.
Okay.
This is good.
Okay, Mike, let's go upstairs.
Sure.
Let's go bug Myer.
Now, upstairs on the deck, it is raining, as I have said.
Right.
And Krag, if you go out into the rain, your mustache will deteriorate rapidly.
Oh no.
Rilla.
So, oh yeah. So we go to the entrance we go to the stairs leading up. I say, oh, I don't think I should go up there. I think, I don't know how well the fish guts and the bird crap's gonna hold.
Okay, hold
if it
on.
gets wet.
I'm gonna turn around, look for like a dish towel or like an apron. Do I see anything nearby, like a cloth? I'm assuming no. Okay.
Yeah, you find there's a cloth. We're playing this out. There are cloths down there in the pantry bedroom area.
I'll grab one and just kind of shove it in his chest and go, here, come on.
Why are we going out in the rain? What are we doing?
I don't want to be in the kitchen all night. Do you want to be in the kitchen all night?
Where are the bunks? We're down in the galley, Adam. Where would the bunks be? Where do we?
Right next to the right. They are the kitchen. It's all one space. It's all just one tight space.
Okay, fine. What time of the day is it?
This is good that we've made this here. It is about 3 in the afternoon.
Oh, so we can't go to bed. Mike?
You can go to bed, Alex. You could just say, nothing else I want to do today, and bedtime could happen. I promise.
I think that's what the GM wants us to do. Mike, it's time to go to bed.
I want you to do whatever you want to do. But if you think you can't go to bed, if you think I'm limiting you by telling you that you can't go to bed, I want you to know that you can. Or you can go looking for Myer and the captain and Mary. But you do know that Mary has already come downstairs because it is raining. Myer, what are you doing? Are you hanging out outside in the rain, or have you come downstairs?
Well, I mean, when it starts raining, I would head downstairs.
Okay, so Myer's downstairs. So all of you, except for the captain, are downstairs hiding from the rain.
Nice.
Okay. We are.
I wanted to go over to where all my things are and start rooting around. So, guys, I was back in Andaley. I was thinking, we're doing this kind of a, surreptitious infiltration type mission, and I purchased a disguise kit. So I have like some fake mustaches and beards and hair dye for your hairs, and I've got this nice fancy glue that you just stick it all right on, and it works perfectly. And so we have this ready to
Myer,
go.
you sort of realize you've been in such a rush. You've been so excited to kind of tell them this was like a really good idea, and you sort of ruffle around in your bag, and you just sort of at the end of that look at Krag and now see this. I mean, he's got poop on his face. There's hairy poop on his face. Is what it is. Bird poop, to be clear. Not.
I'm not gonna say anything. I figure this must be some kind of barbarian tradition, and I'm not gonna.
Yeah.
All right. So,
sure.
James,
I'm just gonna go ahead and start deleting a couple pages from the script here today for the outline. Just
okay. We go to bed. We go to bed. We go to bed. I crawl in my bed.
It's only 3 o'clock.
I cover
you can't go to bed yet.
No. You don't go to bed at 3 o'clock.
We gotta play out in real time the next 6 to 7 hours.
what you're telling me is you have this really good glue and good
Oh
mustaches.
yeah, it doesn't smell or anything. It's perfect.
And
Lasts for a really long time in the rain. It's waterproof. They really made a lot of improvements to disguise kits over the last couple of years. As a new company took over, and they've been really distributing some high quality products. It costs a little bit more, but you know.
and I
Oh.
made a mustache from my own hair and fish guts and bird crap.
Hey, when
Oh, but it's very good. I mean, it
Yeah.
looks really nice. But you should have come to me first. I mean, if you had, I do this stuff for a living, so you know, you could just use that one too. I mean, you know, it looks good.
Can
It looks good, buddy. I think you know it's fine. You look like a mic. Smell like a mic.
Mike, it looks good.
I'm very sad. I go over to my little. I'm guessing we're sleeping. What do they have? They have
Hammocks?
a hammock. Yeah, they
Oh.
would have a. Oh, the weather just changed. It's snowing.
No, I think it's windy.
Oh, it's
they're
so cold. No, it's snowing. I mean, the thing says it's
Oh, it's
snowing.
It's like snow. So
If you look at the
I'm
chat,
guessing
it'll
we're
tell
in-
you what
we're
it's.
in a
doing.
hammock.
Oh, yes, you're right. Zippy made it snow. Thanks. Whew, it's
well, I
really
go. I
cold.
sulk off. Well, it's only going to stay on for 2 hours. I don't know this.
Look, we have James's backup. So we can always disguise ourselves in something else when your mustache starts to fall apart.
Yeah, this professional high quality disguise kit will be the backup for your plan. What we use in the unlikely event that your plan doesn't pan out like you think it will, we'll use this. But
Or
don't
should
really
I
think
put
we're
on the
gonna use it.
mustache?
You should definitely
go-
wear a mustache. Nobody will know who you are.
I go crawl into one of the hammocks. I'm guessing, and try to see if there's some furs or blankets, and I'm not happy. No.
Oh.
Well, the good news is that it's cold
So-
enough that it'll probably freeze the glue to his face.
So what I wanted to tell you was that Krag, because
Yeah.
because you have cuddled up in bed with these furs and these blankets, you are okay. But anybody else who decides, because it is cold outside, and that is starting to seep inside. This boat is not heavily insulated. So if you are outside, you would need protection. Inside, if you get in your bed, you'll stay warm enough. So you could, get in your bed.
I get in my bed. Finally.
Oh. On your own free will.
Yep.
Coerced into it at all. Great. So, you guys do sleep the night away. At some point, of course, Mary did find her way to her bunk, and the captain even at some point took some shut-eye. The next day, you arrive at Warren Mill. Warren Mill isn't the first settlement you've come across on your journey, but it is by far the busiest. Boats have to line up for a spot along the docks, and even then, it seems they don't stay long. You watch as vessels ferrying goods are given priority over you and other transports with people. The captain plays the game well enough, and soon, you're maneuvering to a berth near a number of large buildings with labels like fish, barley, and meats. Tourism, this is not. The central focus of Warren Mill is commerce, and business is good. Everywhere you look, people are loading and unloading carts and wagons, while yet more line to take their turn at the docks. You guys unload from the boat, say your goodbyes to the captain, make your way down the dock, and you discover a large sign. Basically, it's one of those "you are here" signs. And it's right there where the dock sort of meets the land. And you notice that this particular sign is basically like a map, you are here, and there is nothing fancy about this. It is very efficient. Zones are marked: agricultural, commercial, manufacturing, industrial, magics, residential, and infrastructure. And these zones are laid out on the map of the town. You would assume that the Broken Fang, being an inn, would probably be in the commercial district.
All right. To the Broken Fang.
Well, let's fast forward through everything. We wake up.
Okay.
Mustache is cruddy, and
Yep.
and then James Myer, not James Mayer, helps me put a nice mustache on, right?
Oh, okay, you're going to put a nice mustache on before all this That's fine. Yeah.
Well, because it came off while I was sleeping. We got here, I woke up and it was. Now
Sure.
there's just fish poop and.
And
Now
you were
I'm
eating it
certain-
in your sleep.
I'm certain that there are mechanics involved with a disguise kit, but here's what we're going to do. You have the mustache on. It's good. It's great. You're wearing it this whole time.
Okay.
You guys make your way to the Broken Fang,
This is
I
good.
assume?
Yeah.
Yeah, totally.
Okay. The Broken Fang is situated on the edge of the commercial and manufacturing zone. The inside is lit, and at this time of day only, the inside is lit at this time of day only by the sun that reaches through the yellow-colored windows and gaps around the doorframe. There's a smell of stale booze wafting on warm air. You know that it is about 10:30 in the morning. Your meeting was 11, and as you open up the door, your eyes adjust to the gloom, and you recognize a figure approaching you. Oh, I'm so glad you could make it. Mary, and he turns to look at Mary, you've done a marvelous job. In fact, so fantastic that there's already another for you. Please fetch a package from Sappers. It's an industrial workshop on 89th. It's addressed to you. Don't worry. Mary seems excited to have another job. She grabs her bags, she wishes you all farewell, and she leaves.
Bye, Mary.
Well, now that she's gone, are you three ready for your mission?
Can I just have a glass of wine first, please? It's been a few.
Oh, a glass of wine. The good news is we already have some waiting for you.
Oh, perfect. Okay.
This way, I know how much you like it. This way, please.
And he sort of, frolics towards the back area, maybe? This building is large. I mean, it is larger than this room, and it does have a second story. You know that. You assume that the rooms are on the second story. And the back room that you go into is, in fact, the kitchen. But he walks you through the kitchen to another door, which you at first think is a pantry, but as you open it, you realize that there are stairs that go down from here. And I assume you guys go down the stairs, but you cannot go down I don't want to force you. You can do whatever you want.
Get on the stairs,
Guys.
Adam. That's what I want to do.
Wait, guys. How did old Reliable get here before we did? Didn't we basically come straight here?
Yeah, maybe he took another boat. He's a
It's
creep.
very likely. I mean, if he left at the same time that we did, then he probably has some method by which he doesn't have to wait through all the, what rigmarole we had to do to get in here with the boat and the got connections, yada yada. I don't know. It's a cult, man. And who knows? Oh, he's magic. Maybe he's a really high-level spellcaster. He's teleported over here.
Oh,
Mm.
good. I feel like I really like magic.
Adam, do we have our weapons on us?
Like,
Yeah. I mean, you guys are.
Sorry, Eric.
You're normal outside of your disguises. I
Outside
guess.
of the outfits. Okay.
Yeah. You're.
All right.
This is you guys. He's made no attempts to disarm you or tell you to remove your weapons or anything like that.
I know, but we're going down into a basement with hags, so I'll just turn around to the group and go, just be prepared for anything.
I am so excited for you three. You do not know how important this is. You have been chosen to work directly with him. I envy you so much.
Richie, who's the him?
Oh, in due time, Juliet.
And he keeps kind of walking you guys down these stairs. You eventually get to a hallway. The hallway is it is a stone hallway. Nothing too fancy about it. There are sort of like light emitting fixtures. You recognize these to be arcane in nature. They're not like, they're probably very similar to an ever-burning torch, but they are not torch light. They seem to just be like a glowing square that is just sort of embedded in the rock. And they're along the walls every 5-10 feet. And he leads you down this hallway. You recognize that there are more doors down the way, but there's basically, like, you guys know how, I mean, it's a sign, but the sign is sort of poking out of the wall rather than embedded in the wall. You know what I mean? So you can see it as you walk down. As you're coming down to it, the room's label is waiting room.
It says, this way, wine for Juliet.
Past the wooden door, you see that this room has a couch, a love seat, a pitcher of wine, glasses, and some books. The far wall features a large abstract painting full of deep reds and purples. There is also a plush gray and red carpet on the ground.
Where's the couch? How many blankets does it have on it?
Yeah, how many blankets?
There is a couch, everybody!
Yes.
There are no blankets, but there does appear to be 2 pillows.
Are you sure
the couch
there's no
is
blankets?
basically...
Fans aren't going to be happy.
I'm sure there's no blankets, but there's a carpet. You could put the carpet on the couch, I'm sure. So in there, the couch is basically, if you were to walk in the door, the couch would be against the right-hand wall. The far wall would have that painting, and then the left-hand wall basically is a love seat. And like I said, there's a pitcher with wine, glasses, etc.
What's the painting? Like, what? I walk over to examine the painting.
You walk over to the painting, and you know, Alex, you are struck by this painting. Like, it speaks to you. You're not normally one for art, but there's just something about this that evokes. It's almost like our backgrounds, you know how they're kind of like nebulous, where they're just sort of colors, and so it's very similar to that. It's sort of deep reds and purples, blacks. There are shapes in it, and as you stare at it, as you look at it long enough, you almost feel like those shapes are moving in a way, but they're, you know, you kind of keep staring. No, it's not no, it's not a moving painting, but boy, it looks like it could be. What Myer and excuse me, James and Mike, what do you do at this point? Alex has gone over to Juliet has gone over to the painting.
I'll go sit on the couch and wait. See what this we're gonna do. Yeah.
Go sit on the couch. And Mike, what do you do?
Hey Richie, so we're just waiting here? What are we doing?
Sorry, I had to mute myself because I was moving something on the table. I was moving a plate and it was loud.
Well, yes, you're waiting for him to come and say hello and do your greetings, and then you get your mission. How exciting.
Okay. So I just go hang out in the room there. I don't sit down anywhere,
Great.
but I'm just standing around.
Great. Myer, as you sit down, you are struck with a sensation that this couch is not comfortable at all. It in fact feels exactly like you are sitting on just like a bench. Like it's not squishy. It is in no way comfortable. And as you sort of as that thought hits you, because you sat on the couch and you were like, what? And then you sort of look at the couch. The couch to you, Myer, is a wooden bench. The other two, you still see a couch, but Myer, you see a wooden bench. And Richie says,
Well, Juliet, I must admit I was nervous. He said you'd be difficult, dangerous even, but perhaps he meant Sierra. Or was it Lyra. It doesn't matter. She's being dealt with. You're being dealt with. Marcus's daughter is being dealt with. Yes, reliable Richie has come through again.
And he slams the door closed as he goes out the other side. And you guys are now seemingly in this room alone.
Does it still look like a nice room, or does it look like a cell or something?
Everything looks the same, except Alex.
Yeah.
The painting behind you does begin to move. The colors begin to swirl and twist. Go ahead.
I was gonna say, as you're describing it, I'm gonna slowly back up.
Sure, absolutely. The colors swirl and twist together. You all see this. And soon a shape does begin to form. After a moment, you are looking at a very old man with a white beard and piercing blue eyes. He smiles, but there is no warmth in the look. Oh, Alex, I apologize that I couldn't be there in person, but rest assured, I am making time in my schedule and will see you soon. I know it may be difficult, but I think it's best if we leave the past in the past. After all, neither of us are those people anymore. Well, at least one of us isn't. Just for once, do as you're told. Wait patiently and don't bother trying to cause a fuss. We know how that worked out for you last time. And, as I already said, we both know you aren't that person anymore. Though, maybe Vander left you with a few tricks. In any case, relax. Drink some wine. I hear you've become quite fond of this particular vintage. I'll discover your secrets soon enough. And the visage sort of fades away. Alex, you know exactly who that was. Do you, Alex, know exactly who that was?
Yes, I forgot his name. Is it with a K, yeah? I have to find it in my notes.
It is who you think it is, yes, Alex.
As the image starts to disappear, I'm gonna grab a glass of wine and just chuck it against the painting.
Great. You do throw it at the painting. The painting is now wet. And Alex, you recognize this as Killian Drent.
That's what I thought it was, Killian. I just kind of scream like, ah! Like, I'm just pissed.
Who was that? We all saw that, right, Adam?
Yeah, you all saw it. You all heard it. It all happened in this very room that you were all in.
Do we know who that was, Alex?
He screwed me over and took everything from me. Do you hear me, Killian? And she's just yelling and yelling. You killed me! And now I'm back, and if I find you, I'm going to kill you again. She's furious. She'll look at you, Krag, and yeah, I had the Glenwall Institute all set up to bring you guys back. He was helping me, and he betrayed me. She just starts, like, literally throwing everything across the room and, like, just literally, like, bashing everything. Like, destroying the glasses, destroying everything.
Now, Alex, actually everybody, as she does that, let me see here. Yeah, so as she does that, you guys start to notice that the walls, as they're sort of getting shattered with these things, and Alex, as you're picking up these items, they're not what you, like, as you pick them up, you realize, like, they're not what you think that they are. You know, because you kind of like go to throw one of the cushions, and you realize that, like, it's just in your hand, it feels like you're holding a book, and as you throw it at the wall, it literally is a book, and the wall itself, you notice, is not actually clean. In and pristine like it originally appeared. It's scratched, and there are chunks missing, and there are stains. There are stains in this room, and those stains definitely look like the types of stains you guys have seen before. Blood. Not like pools of blood, but there was clearly combat in this room at some point. Or, sure, combat, we'll say. Myer, you also take note that was not... Whoever that was not communicating in real time. That was a message that was meant to be sort of played. Krag and Alex, I don't believe you guys know that. In fact, I'm the GM. I know you don't know that. But Myer, you do know that.
Well, Alex is just doing her thing. See, the thing is, I think most of what we're looking at here is an illusion. Another glass. Yeah, high level magic. That's he got here probably because there's some magical transport kind of thing going on. So when she gets done, we deal with this. But just know that everything that you're looking at, is an illusion or something. That guy wasn't even really here. He's just talking through illusion. I don't know. We're getting in a little bit over our heads here, I think, but that's the way it is. That Richie guy, not so reliable. I'm sure you've caught on. I just want to be very clear. He is probably an enemy of ours from here on out. So whether you choose to kill him or not is up to you. I would recommend actually leaving him alive a little bit. Maybe not actually rely on anything that he says or does, but he might actually be sort of somebody now that we know he's a villain.
Oh.
We can kind of use observations of what he's doing to sort of get an idea of what the heck is going on.
I'm going to torture him.
Just...
Krag, you remember, you used to
that is an
love
option.
torturing people.
Did I? James, I think Juliet has an anger issue or something.
Oh my, they
There's
know
one
our
thing
names!
I want to... I just
stop
want to
calling
bring
me
this
Juliet.
to our attention now is that, that he at no point ever believed that we were not. Like, he flat out knew who Alex was, and he knows probably who you are. He may or may not know who I am. That's kind of up for debate, but at least you guys really could just call each other by your real names. It's fine. Nobody really is going to be fooled by that, I don't think.
Are you telling me
please
that I
keep the mustache because it looks fantastic. The mustache, keep it. I mean, really, as an aesthetic choice, I think you're doing fantastic. But just saying, you could go by Krag if you wanted to.
How are we gonna get out of here?
Yeah, I was just gonna say, I'm gonna start looking at the walls as I'm destroying the entire room or whatever I'm destroying to see if I could get out of here.
Yeah, I mean, there is no other way out of here besides the door that you came in. At this point, I would... You know what? I'm going to make the assumption that at some point, Alex, you have probably banged on the door or hit the door or slammed into the door. So you realize that this is not what, in fact, you now see. It sort of just was there and then it wasn't as you were hitting it, sort of banging your fist on it. It was a wooden door. And now as you're looking at it, is in fact a metal door. But there is a lock mechanism that you could access.
Okay, I'm gonna try and see if I can pick it.
Sure, that certainly sounds reasonable.
16. Probably not.
This lock is a little more complicated than you first gave it credit for. You're so angry that you can't. You just weren't focused. But you do feel like you could give it another shot, and this lock is not better than Alex. You know that you could take this lock. You could pick this lock.
Okay, let me try again. No, that's 15. One less.
You're just so frustrated, and you just want to get out of this room. You just want to hurt something or someone.
Alex, you should probably take a deep breath. Take a deep breath and just try to calm down a little bit. I think you're trying to pick this lock angry, and I don't think that's a good idea.
Who is this Krag?
I don't even know who I am.
She's
Mike.
Alex is
Over
just
in the
gonna kind
corner
of.
of the room.
Sorry.
Okay. I was gonna say
Go
over
ahead,
in the
Myer.
corner of the room. I was sort of like feeling the wall, and seeing that Alex is kind of frustrated. Like, hey, I think there's something over here. I can't quite. There's something weird. Some of these stones seem a little bit out of place. I can't get a handle on it. I know it's an illusion, but it's still really messing. The visual, it's really still messing with me. You think you could take a look at this over here, Alex?
She's just frustrated, just gets up and walks over.
Okay. When she's messing with the wall, I'll go over to the door, and I'm gonna make my own
Sure.
attempt at a thievery check. I'm gonna go ahead and use my bonus too, which I got 6 of them.
I just start feeling the wall, see what I can feel.
That is a 17 plus 6 is 23 plus another 6 is 29.
That is, in fact, a critical success, Myer. It's like, you're like, yeah, over there by the walls. I think there's like a thing right over, and you're like still talking to her, and you just sort of like put the tool in, and you don't even like almost even have to turn it. You're just like, yeah, uh-huh. Oh man, I think you unlocked. You're just like so excited. Well, are you? You tell us.
Well, sure. Well, Alex, I think I don't know what you were talking about. I think you already got the door open. Did you find anything over on that wall though?
No, there's nothing here. I don't feel anything. I don't see anything.
It's probably the illusion messing. Again, it's really messing with me. Even though I know it's like it's not there, but I don't know. Sorry, that was my bad. Waste of time. Either way, you got this thing open. I think we're ready to. We can get out of here if you want to, unless you want to sit and wait for that guy to show up. Because you seem really intent on killing him. We know where he's gonna be.
Oh,
So
I
you
just
wait
push
long
past
enough,
Myer and I open the door and I rush out.
Okay.
All right, so we're not gonna wait.
I saw this. I see this, and I know this. I saw what Myer did, and I kind of take it in. I nod to him. And I go
Sure.
out after
The-
Alex. Yeah.
The door is open. Alex, you are standing in the same hallway. It does for all intents and purposes, it looks the same as you saw it coming in. This door now, all three of you, actually, technically, Krag, you still see it as wood, but Myer and Alex, you recognize it as a metal door. And just for funsies, you turning to your left would return you back to the surface, but to the right, the hallway does go on, and there are more doors down the way. You see one. You could just barely make out. Krag, you in fact can see that one down there is called organic processing.
I can read. Guys, I can read. No, I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding. Yeah. What do you... Hey, you guys see that sign that says organic processing? What do you think that means? What is...
Soybeans.
Soybeans?
Yeah, they probably processing organic farm soybeans,
Doesn't... Okay, it doesn't really... I don't understand what he's talking about.
How many doors are there?
It is important to note that it is cold. It is as cold down here as it was outside. When you left your beds, you left the comfort of cold weather protection. It has only been about a half an hour, but mechanically, if you are out in this cold for another 3.5 hours, you will start to suffer various conditions, starting with something that I had somewhere that now I lost it. There it is. You will be fatigued after 4 hours in the cold. Right now, all you know, character-wise, is that you are cold, and it is not getting warmer.
I feel like the mustache is keeping me a little bit warmer than I would be.
Your upper
Without
lip
it.
is actually not nearly as cold as you expect it to be. In fact, even the underside of your nose, too, is a little warm.
This is good. I focus on that. I focus on that feeling.
Great. And you all
Oh.
Feel warmer. Suddenly, just as you're focusing, as you focus on that warm feeling, Krag, you actually you feel like you did this because there's almost like this heat that you sort of focus on and it sort of spreads and grows, and then you all start to feel warm, and it is in fact starting to get very warm. In fact, maybe it's just the cold that's now that feeling where you go into heat right after being cold and it's almost too hot.
Painful,
it's almost like that, but you hope that it'll wear off, but you're not sure. It is very warm.
Guys, did I just do magic? Did I do this? I was thinking.
No, Krag, you hate magic.
That's the most logical explanation.
No,
But I was thinking
magic.
warm thoughts. I was focusing, but I was focusing on this warm feeling I had here on this mustache, and all of a sudden it got warm in here. Are you sure I didn't do this?
No.
I think that the safest thing to assume is that you can actually change parts of reality by focusing your mind on them, and so you need to be very, very careful about what you focus on and what you sort of wish for internally, because we don't know what kind of consequences that could have externally for the rest of us.
I think I have powers, guys. I think I have powers after coming back from the dead.
Krag, stop. You don't like magic. You never liked magic.
Speaking of magic, Myer, remember that you have a wild magic on you. When you enter combat, every time you deal damage, you must make a DC 8 flat check. On a success, you double your damage. On a failure, you deal no damage, and instead heal the target by the amount of damage that you would have done.
Okay. Can I point out that somewhere out there in the world, Lyra has fashioned a poop mustache out of bird poop and because remember she has
Lyra
wild
is
magic
compelled. Yeah, she is compelled. She's compelled to try to make some sort of facial disguise. Yes.
She has that
In the
wild
meantime,
magic
you're in
that
this
makes her
hallway.
do it.
There is no one. There is no one in this hallway with you other than you three. What do you do?
How many doors, or is it just the organic door?
You know that this hallway goes further down, but the first door that you see says organic processing. There are more doors beyond that, but you can't quite read the signs from where you are.
Can I look for traps on the door?
Okay, so you're going to approach that door, correct?
Yes.
Okay. As you get closer to that door, there is an odor that somehow mixes vomit, wet fur, and vinegar. And it just sort of grows stronger as you get closer. This door is, in fact, 2 doors. It is a double door. And again, the sign above reads organic processing. You would like to do like to check for traps.
Yes.
Why
Is that
don't-
perception?
Yeah, that's perception plus trap finding.
I don't have trap finding, so it would be
You
thievery.
should under perception. Should have like a
No.
+2, I think, for one of your skills, Alex. Okay, we'll go ahead and roll the die.
Sorry. Okay.
No problem.
I cracked it. That's a 7.
Buff, 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 buff.
There are no traps on this door.
No, I don't want you to buff yet. Okay. I'm gonna slowly push door. One of those.
Yeah. Just sort of slowly pushing the door open. You're able to sort of make out this room. There's like 3 large metal vats, and they're so big that they're probably half again as tall as Krag, so almost double Krag's height. In there, you're very careful, and I know you didn't roll a stealth check, but I'm giving it to you anyways. You don't seem to have alerted anyone, and people are sort of shuffling about, but the people that you see in there are wrapped from head to toe in leathers, and it is coated in some kind of thick lacquer, and their faces are obscured by masks. Masks are just like a cloth that appears wet, and there are 2 thick glass eyepieces and a rectangular protrusion over the area where their mouth would be. They carry wooden crates upstairs next to the vats and dump their contents into them. Lastly, Alex, you see remember when I said you saw some like blood splatter before? Like there were like traces. It was like almost like you had a black light before, and you're like, oh, there's traces of blood here. This room, there is blood everywhere. The floors are coated in it. The vats are covered in it. The crates that they carry, even the people's clothing is just sort of drenched in blood. But before you can make out anything else, Alex, your gag reflex fires as your nostrils burn with that sickly vomit vinegar mix, and I need you to roll a fortitude save.
Okay, 19 plus 5, 24.
You feel you are going to throw up. You're convinced of it. Absolutely, you're going to throw up. And then just somehow you just seem to choke it down. You kind of close the door, look back. It just sort of fades just enough. It was just, but then it's gone, and you don't seem to have suffered any other ill effects besides the fact that it's just so nasty.
We're not going in there.
Oh, what is that smell? Soybeans smell bad.
No. These people are like wrapped up in like leather and guts and fur. I don't know what's going on down here.
It's not soybeans?
No. They're like
Myer.
they're making something.
I was just making an educated guess.
Well, it's a very bad educated guess. I don't know if maybe we should bar this door so they can't come out. It's awful. Should we continue on?
So next door?
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, these people, like, they're wearing like these weird goggles and this weird like thing on their mouth, and I don't think they're real. Unless they're like experimentation. I don't know.
Well, I mean, they're probably wearing protective gear if it smells so bad in there.
Oh, yeah,
Sand people ride in single file, hide their numbers.
Van people.
Yeah, they look like sand people.
Did you take notes
With the
then?
coverings and the yeah. Well, of course
They
do.
grow soybeans?
Oh, soybeans.
Not in the arid climate on Tatooine. No, they can't do that. Here they probably could, but
Jim, I would remind you that you created this world, and if you're adding Tatooine to it, that's IP infringement. You have to make it legally distinct and different.
I don't know. I don't think we should go into this door. We need to move on.
So, as you guys are sort of sitting there talking, the door actually opens.
Oh.
And a guy, a figure, steps through and is just sort of like going to take their mask off. They're like, yeah, I'll be right back. I'm just checking the... And he turns and kind of like sees you guys standing there. And he's like, who are you?
Yeah,
don't worry
we're
about it. Richie brought us.
new recruits. New recruit. Yeah. Nice to meet you. Juliet?
How did you get out? How'd you...
Oh, we're in the cult.
Help! And he
I
begins
cover his
screaming.
mouth.
I run
I
out.
cover his mouth. Yeah, me too.
I don't think it started until he already yelled very loud.
That's fine.
So the
Tackle
yells
him.
out of his mouth.
That's fine. He's tackled though.
You just gotta stab him to death now and kill him.
Okay, so you know what? Eric, excuse me, Krag and Alex, go ahead and roll. Just give me like an attack roll with just an attack roll.
With strength?
Just give me an attack roll. Nope, just attack roll. Go ahead.
That would be 17.
Great.
20.
Krag. Great.
20.
The two of you do in fact grab this guy. You have him grabbed. Jim, I know there are rules for grappling. I'm diet rulesing it. Don't worry, everyone. You two grab him. You do cover up his mouth, but you start to hear from inside the room like some like muffled. What is that? We want help. You know, you just sort of hear some things going on.
Myer, bar the door. Myer, bar the door.
Yeah, well,
Bar the
is
door.
there any way to bar the door? Am I gonna? Is there anything I can bar the door with?
What do you have, Myer? There are like two handholds. Like you would
have.
You would pull the door. No, you would pull the door, out to go in.
Yeah.
I have a crowbar.
So
I have a
You got
crowbar.
Take your crowbar. All right. Yeah.
Blew the door.
And
Blew
the
the door
crowbar
shut.
between the doors.
Blew
Well,
the
then
door.
hold his mouth.
As like use the spirit gum on the door.
Either hold his mouth
Yeah,
or
you
reach
can
into
get
my
Alex's crowbar.
bag
That
and
guy's
get my
mouth, that
crowbar.
guy's mouth.
Yeah, that's
That guy's
fine. Yeah.
mouth. I start headbutting
Okay.
the guy. I
I'll
start
take my
headbutting this guy
crowbar.
on the ground.
It's very excessive.
All right, why don't we go ahead and take this into an initiative order? Because there are a lot of things that you guys are trying to do. So let's roll some initiative here.
Oh,
19.
natural 20. 25.
Okay. Okay, 25 for Alex. Krag, what are you at?
19.
Okay. Okay. So, Myer, you've just barred the door. That takes us to Alex. Alex, you're at the top of the round. What
Rady,
is it
am
that
I-
you want to do? You have this guy.
Am I level 20 or level 1?
You are level 1 currently.
Okay. That's fine.
In this exact moment, you are level 1.
Okay, so we have
But
this
you are
guy.
correct that you have the power of the universe inbound at some point.
Okay. Did I bar the door if Krag had the guy?
The door's barred.
Myer
Okay.
already
I barred
grabbed
the door.
the crowbar from your bag and shoved it into the door.
Great. I'm gonna kneel down to this guy and take my one of my daggers out and put it to his neck and go, "What is this place?"
What do you mean, what is this place? How are you speaking? How are you alive?
Who am I? Who
what's
am I
happening?
to you?
What do you mean, who are you? I don't know who you are. Who put you
How do
in
you know
there?
I'm
How did
alive
you get-
then?
What is it? Because I'm looking at. Why are you not? And he's like, he like very slowly like he like just wants to like because he was trying to kind of grab at the arm that Krag sort of has around him, and he just sort of like lightly like just kind of like touches you, Alex, and he's like, why are you not? I don't.
Who are you
understand.
working
Who are-"
for?
And he looks at Myer. And he says, "Who are you? Was that? Did you do this?"
Oh, I get it. I know the confusion. No, so he thinks that you're one of the defective ones that's gonna like fall apart. You're not supposed. He thinks that you're one of the ones that fall. They're making them. Yeah,
You
said
guys
that
are
you were
making
doing the
us in
thing.
there?
What do you mean defective one?
Well, maybe
What?
not in there.
They're the only ones. What do you mean the defective ones? No, those ones we don't. And he just sort of like looks at all three of you, and then like it dawns on him, and he's like, "Help! Help! Help!" Okay, that takes us to Krag's turn. Krag, what do you do?
Again.
Okay, you're headbutting him. So your intention is
trying to
to
get
is to
him.
what? Knock him out? You want to knock him out?
Knock him out. We need to
Okay,
silence
go
this
ahead
guy.
and go ahead and deal an attack roll. Let's do an attack first.
Ooh, 17
Yeah, you got him.
17
You attacked.
plus-
All right, do your
plus
damage.
7. But now I'm punching him non-lethal.
Yeah,
What are
this
we
is
doing,
non-lethal, but
D4?
go ahead. That would effectively knock him out. I mean, should you do enough of it?
7 points of damage.
7. You can tell that you have rocked him with your head very hard, and he's like, he stops yelling, and he's just sort of like, he probably has a concussion. What do you do next, Krag? You in fact have. I'll give you one more action. I know there's grappling rules, but again, I don't read things, so one more action, I'll say, Krag.
I would cover his mouth.
You already have his
He's-
mouth covered, Krag.
I already have his mouth covered? Well, guys, do you think any of us could fit into this suit? And I asked. That's
Yeah,
my
sure.
last
Just
action.
crack
I
him
asked
again. Knock him out.
Oh, he's just crack him again. Can I hit him again?
Yeah, crack him again.
Yeah.
You gotta knock him out. He's still unconscious. Still got his eyes open.
15.
Oh yeah, you hit him.
6.
He just sort of slumps in your arms. Your head has a huge red mark on it, and you know what? Your mustache is starting to like just loosen a little bit. You can tell that like the heat and everything is just like that sweat that's dripping down in there, and you've been hit, just getting a little loose. The door starts to...
Don't notice.
Someone is trying to open the door at this point. Somebody is trying to open the door, and now you guys start to hear sort of like a concerted like whoo, 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 as they're sort of like trying to slam into the door and break through. But your crowbar is at this point holding.
Do we try
Myer,
another
it's your
room?
turn. Myer, it is your turn.
All right, I just yeah, I'm gonna delay. I'm gonna wait and see what Alex wants to do.
Okay. Alex, what do you got?
Why don't we try another door and drag him with us? Just to hide. And I just start looking for another door.
Okay. Up ahead, you see 2 doors. You can read 2 doors. There is a corner that then this turns. And you see that one of those doors is labeled transference, and the other door is labeled packaging.
Which one?
I
Packaging.
don't think it matters. Let's packaging.
Great. Grab this stupid package, and I point to the guy on the floor.
I'm dragging him.
You guys go into packaging. You open the door into packaging, and surprising no one, Richie is standing there looking at you. And he just says,
Wow. You guys are terrible at this. Like, really bad.
I would say that it's you who is terrible, as you just imprisoned us, and here we are like 2 minutes later, my friend. So how reliable is that jail cell of yours, huh?
Oh, I don't know who you are, and to be honest, you don't have to stay alive. In fact, only one of you was really requested.
let's roll initiative.
Oh, good. I'm gonna stab Richie. I hate this guy.
Yeah, me too.
He sucks. Richie sucks. 23.
How'd you like
Michael
Richie?
Jordan?
What's wrong with Richie? What's wrong with Richie? Okay, sorry. What did you get, Jim?
23.
Jim was a 23? Okay, got it.
Mm-hmm.
Krag.
18.
18. Alex.
16.
16. Okay. Myer, just as Richie, it looks like, is just about to start casting, you are first to act before he can do anything.
Cool. So I am going to... How far away is he from me?
He is, he's about 50 feet away from you. And
That's
Myer,
so
why
far.
don't you go ahead and roll a perception check? This will not count as one of your actions.
Okay. Ooh, 26.
Wow.
26. You immediately recognize that in front of you there is something coating the surface of the ground. The ground itself appears to be covered in grease.
Ooh. I will point that out to my compatriots. And is there a way to just skirt around that, or is it like the whole floor and the whole thing is greasy?
No, not the whole floor. It's clear.
Sure.
I mean, to you, Myer, you recognize that this was a spell effect that caused this.
Gotcha.
So it's about a 30-foot area. It would cause you to have to go around.
Sure.
But you
That's
could
fine.
do that. It will probably take an extra action for you to get around it, just because of the other
Great.
boxes and crates and things that are here in this space.
Well, my goal then, I'll point out the greasy area to everybody. Then I will actually start moving around it, but my intention is not to get right up next to Richie. It's actually to find cover amongst all these crates and boxes. And
Sure,
I'll also shout back to the others, hey, don't clump up. I don't know what this guy's capable of, but I can't imagine it's anything good.
Sure. You do that, and in fact, Myer, you take cover behind this box, and you realize that this box is a very large wooden box that you have seen this box before, these type of boxes. In fact, all of these boxes in this room are, not all of them, but a majority of them are all of a similar shape, size, make, and model.
Sure. And
that
then
takes
for my
go
third
ahead.
action, I think I got one
please.
more in me, which would
Yeah,
be
you do.
to draw forth a hand crossbow. That'll be my third
Great.
action.
Which you do. Krag, it is your turn. What do you
My
do?
turn. Man. So I look for a way to get around to get at this guy to hit him with my hammer. I pull out my maul and I try to find a way to get to him.
You could basically
That's
take
what I do.
either the same route that Myer took or a very similar route, which would basically take you around the grease, and you would get to Richie in 3 move actions.
How about I get around, but I pay attention as not clumping up. I get around in a way to where I'm not right, I'm within striking distance, but not near Myer. I'm kind of heeding his warning and not trying to clump up. And so,
Sure,
is there
you
a way
would-
I get around and?
Yeah, basically Myer went to the right, you go left. You go left, you make it around, and you actually are within, or you're literally right next to Richie within your 3 moves, but that is all of your actions for this round.
Okay,
Does that make sense?
that sounds good. Yeah,
Okay, great.
I'm ready. I'm ready to hit him with my maul. And no one has noticed my mustache is coming off. That's good.
I mean, I see
I don't
it.
know either. No one said anything. That's fine.
Lucas wants you
yeah,
to grab
yeah.
some grease to help you.
Richie begins to act. He says, "Oh my, you've all made this so fun, and I do love fun. Everyone get in here, chop chop." And he sort of like claps his hands. And,
God.
and from the back of the room, and in fact a side door actually. It's not the back of the room, I apologize. It's on Myer's side. There is another doorway, double doors in fact, further up from you, Myer, not directly next to you, but through that door, basically, a few figures, it looks like 2, exit out the doorway, but you do hear more sound from that room, so there could be more. Richie begins to walk backwards away from you, Krag, and he appears to finish his spell. And you guys notice that in this room there are sort of like hammers and nails and various accoutrements that begin to sort of float off of the ground and begin to dance around and pile up and swirl, and soon there are hundreds of nails flying through the air. There are hammers, there are screwdrivers, there's crowbars, there's pieces of wood, all small items, all swirling around, creating a swarm of items that is between you, Krag, and Richie. And he says,
Don't worry, Alex. We'll have plenty of time for fun. After all, I know that you don't stand a chance. He told me that you're reset. There's no trick that you have that I don't know about.
and it is in fact your turn, Alex. And those words that he says light this fire in you.
Yes!
And you feel this energy start to course through you, and you know that Richie is wrong. Richie has never been so wrong in all of his life. You feel that power that you felt a few weeks ago. The energy that courses through you, your muscles remember. Your body recalls that strength, that speed, that stamina, that energy. And you, Alex, for the next 1 minute in-game, are level 10.
Yeah. Oh, 10. I put
And
myself
while
at
we
level
wait
20.
to see what you do, we will
No,
take
what?
our mid-show break.
Aww. I just became powerful!
You are level 10, Alex, and when we get back, we will see what you will unleash. Everybody will be back in about 7-8-ish minutes. Thank you all for sticking around. We hope that you stick around for the second half. We'll see you soon. Bye.
Become inspired by Sirenscape Online Player's massive sound library and weave your tabletop legends by building custom sound sets that bring your immersive world to life. Simply download the app to access the entire Sirenscape archive anytime you need epic sounds. The online player works perfectly alongside any virtual tabletop to bring your players together no matter where they are in the world. Broadcast your custom sound sets in real time with flawless audio quality to give them a game they'll never forget. Get the Sirenscape Online Player today at Sirenscape.com. Every day, millions of people face heartbreak in the form of a silent killer. I'm talking about character death. I'm talking about malicious dice. Failed saving throws, critical misses, failed skill checks. Malicious dice can strike any character at any time, and the results are devastating.
I only got to play Celestia for one session. I kept failing. Roll after roll after roll. And then I got eaten by an aberration in the dark. I couldn't roll anything above a 5. The dice just...
Diana's tragic story is far from unique. The time to do something about malicious dice is now. And Tabletop Loot knows how to help. They're providing quality, affordable dice jails and shipping them to players in need across the nation. Go to tabletoploot.com today and order a dice jail for yourself and anyone you feel may be threatened by malicious dice. These safe, secure, and humane facilities will keep your tabletop safe from the kind of dice that don't care who they hurt. But it's not about giving up on your dice. Rehabilitation is possible for many of these viciously low rollers, thanks to Dice Jail's tabletop reintegration plans. It's time to stand up for our characters.
It's time to put malicious dice where they belong.
Jesus Christ.
Yeah. What's up?
Oh, nothing. It's just someone took the last of the coffee and didn't make any more.
Well, it wasn't me. I don't even drink coffee.
No, I wasn't really blaming you.
Then what?
Well, I was just
Oh, I get it.
I'm sorry. I didn't even know you were there.
But I'm always there, Matthew. I'm Jesus.
Okay.
Did you not get the memo? The part right here? Thou shalt not take my name in vain?
I actually did not get that.
Maybe we should revisit this part. About lies.
We don't really need to do that. I'm sorry. It won't happen again.
I hope not. You don't hear me running around the office yelling, Matthew Johnson, every time I stub my toe or get a pube caught in my zipper.
What?
Matthew, I'm going to forgive you. It's kind of what I do. But watch yourself, okay?
God damn it.
Yeah. What's up?
Oh, nothing?
Oh my
God damn it.
Stay back on your turn, Dad.
He had his freaking finger out of his...
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Also, like how you went right into lens. You're like, lens, wrong.
Yes.
Hey, everybody! Welcome back to Dragons and Things. Excitement is happening, combat is happening, chaos is happening. There's a lot of things happening. Krag, I have a question for you, though. And I need to push a button here. Hang on, so I can see you all. Krag, what did you do with the guy that you had?
Oh, geez, what did we do with the guy? Well, we
I
left him.
told you to-
I just left him. He's in here, back
Yeah.
at
Okay,
the
he's in
beginning
here.
of the room, right? Because right when we came
I-
in the
You just-
room,
you
I
just
probably
dropped him.
just dropped him.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You just dropped him. Okay. Okay, gotcha. All right. Well,
That's right,
in
there
the
was a guy.
meantime, let's read some comments as we get into this second half of this episode. Real Post 98 says, "Wow, that was seriously a great comeback voice thing, Adam. I don't know what I do. I do something.
I don't know.
I don't know.
So Brian
I don't know.
says we put him in the box. Adam, we put the guy in the box. He's in the box. Okay.
There's
in the
no
box.
there's no box to put.
He's in the
no.
No, he's in the box.
There's lots of boxes. You said so.
Yeah. He's in the
It's Lucas Martinez
yeah.
says we could bar the door with his body.
Nice.
That would almost work, at least for a time. I feel like what would you use? His arms? Go through the door handles?
Sure.
Brad could figure it out.
We'll figure it
He's
out.
very strong.
Brad could figure it out.
Stick him in there. We'll fit the square peg in the circle hole.
Somebody was commenting earlier that we had some sort of after dark dragons and things content in our mid-show. We did have some new mid-show content. So if you missed that, make sure you go back and watch the mid-show. Check out some of that new stuff.
What's the rating on that content?
It was G for good.
Oh, okay.
My mustache just went in my mug and it got all wet.
Brian
It's real
Summers.
Krag.
Brian Summers says the fire with it, Alex ignites the grease. Good night, folks. See you next week. Whole place burns down. We're good.
That would put an end to your precious field trip pretty darn quick. As a reminder, Myer, your wild magic is active. Every time you deal damage, roll a flat check of DC 8. And if you hit, your damage is doubled. If you miss, you heal the target for that much damage. Alex, you are level 10. The power of the universe courses through you. Myer and Krag, you remain level 1, but there is now this ace up your sleeve, so to speak. Alex, it is in fact your turn. In front of you, you know there is grease. You can see the swarm of flying, let's call them carpentry objects, swirling through the air. Richie is on the far side of both of those things. To the right, there are two guys that have come through the door. They are not all masked up and crazy how you saw those other individuals. These ones just seem to be in normal, like, leathers. They have one has a sword, one has like a hand axe, basically. And Myer is also to your right with a crossbow in hand. What do you do, Alex?
The two guys have weapons ready to fight. They're on what side of the room?
They're on the right side of the room. They are basically past. You would have to make it past Myer to get to them. It would require 3 actions to get to them at least. Let me actually tell you. They are actually 4 move actions away.
How far away is Richie?
Richie is also 4, but he's like, they're basically just slightly different.
Well, the two guys are more of a threat at the moment, so I'm going to use my acrobatics. I have amazing acrobatics. I'm going to leap and parkour over all these boxes to get over to these
I'll tell you
guys.
what, Alex, if you roll high enough, I'll let you get there in 3 actions, because I'll say you just took a straight line rather than having to go around the boxes. So let's see what you roll.
All right, let's see. That is a 19 on the die, not even joking, plus my 20 acrobatics says level 10.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. I mean, you actually, like, you start running, and Myer sort of, like, sees you, and he sort of, like thinks, and he creates, like, a super quick stratagem, and he just sort of kneels down, and he's like, come on! And he sort of, like, taps his back, and you go running up there, and you jump on Myer's back, and he stands, and you go leaping up over this tall crate. You run over the top of it, you flip down, and you land in front of these 2 guys, ready to fight them next round. You are right up in their faces.
Perfect.
That takes us to Myer's turn. Myer, what do you do?
I need to load the crossbow.
Ooh, there's a
And
coin that's been
as
tossed.
I'm-
Kimbleton has tossed a coin.
Coins.
All right, so one action to load.
With it loaded, I will devise a stratagem to kill Richie. That is my strategy. My clever strategy is kill Richie
I like it.
in the most efficient way possible.
Ooh, gross.
I know, right? All right, here we go. Doop. Where'd my sheet go? Oh, there it is. It's over here. That would be a 21 to hit.
That does hit.
Cool. I will roll my check first, and that is an 8 on the die, so barely,
Wow.
barely actually do damage.
All right, this arrow or bolt will do double damage.
Nice.
Dual blade damage. Do you want me to roll damage twice, or you just want me to double the total?
Let's just double the total.
Double the total. All right. I get an extra d6 for my stratagem. Not too
10.
shabby. That is 10 multiplied by 2, 20 points of piercing damage.
Wow, Jim.
You hit
die.
Richie, and he is appalled that you have done such a thing. That bolt, was cleverly placed, and you see him sort of manipulating this magic, and you just sort of fire this arrow, and it just sort of goes right into his armpit, basically. And he pulls the bolt out, and it's just blood just squirts out. You have done a significant amount of damage to him. He is not happy.
Good.
What else do you got, Myer?
That's
Anything
all,
else?
That's all 3 of my actions. Reloads, devising a stratagem, and attacking are 3 actions.
That's all 3 of your actions. All right. Krag, it is now your turn. What do you do?
The stuff doesn't fall down with him getting hit.
No, it does not. That was a lot of flavor text that I gave to it.
Okay. Oh man. I feel like I'm frozen in indecision. I'm thinking whether or not I'm gonna. But I rage.
Jesus, scared me.
I
Sure.
rage, and I sudden charge right through that mess of stuff flying and go right for
So
him.
the first thing you're going to do is roll a DC. You're going to roll a basic reflex save, which basically just means roll a reflex save.
Okay, 15 on the die, and my reflex save is +5, so 20.
You are okay. Now, Jim, I have a question for you, a rules question, and since you're our expert here, because this is a swarm, and the swarm's particular action is a one action effect. Is that just he takes that on every step he takes through there, or he only takes it once while he enters?
No, so a swarm acts as a creature, so it acts on its own initiative, and like if it has an action it has to take, then it goes on its initiative. It can deal damage to anybody inside of it.
Right.
However,
okay. Excuse me. You're
on its
right.
own,
You're
yeah.
right. So no, you're fine. You're fine, Krag. You run
I make it through.
to the
I'm so
other
angry.
side. You run through to the other side.
Yes,
Yes.
and I'm using my sudden charge. I can stride up, double my speed, make a melee strike. Am I close enough to do
That
this?
is correct. Now keep in mind that Richie is on the edge of that swarm, so you still will be in the swarm if you stand there. You could run to the far side of Richie or to the right side, left side, but if you stand there in the swarm, so I just need to know, you just need to say the words, "I'm not going to stand in the swarm."
Oh man, Adam, you're putting me in the.
Memories.
Yeah, do you remember?
That's the hardest thing.
But
for
does
Eric
he
to
have
say.
the memories? But does he have the memories?
That's right,
Richie
that's
has-
right.
I don't have the memories. I feel like sudden charge is two. Does that count as two of my turns? Two of my
it's 2 actions, yeah.
2 actions, yeah. I think that you're going to allow me to get out of this swarm and hit him.
It all depends on where you run to. If a sudden charge would be directly at him, then you will still be standing in the swarm.
I'm
if you're raging,
I'm going to be in the thing. I'm going to be in the thing.
But I believe, okay. All right.
I'm going to be in the thing.
Didn't we learn our lesson a few years ago?
Did we learn our lesson? I'm a raging barbarian.
Oh God.
Diana.
Barbarian.
I'm going in a straight line from A to B. I'm back from the dead. I don't know anything. I'm straight on, but it was a 21 to hit this guy.
You hit this guy. You hit Richie.
Gee. We're going to kill him. We got to kill him. Yeah, 11 on the die. That's an 11. I believe that's a Michael Jordan damage with raging.
Michael Jordan?
Michael Jordan damage.
Ooh. You swing around with this. I believe you're carrying a maul.
I have a maul, yeah.
You have this maul, and you just sort of... You see that Richie's like almost not even paying attention to you at the moment as he's trying to pull out that thing, and you just take that moment and you just crack him right in the side, and the crack, you all hear this. It's not just one crack, it's just... It's multiple cracks as Krag has severely broken many bones in Richie. And Richie sort of stumbles and he just looks up at you, and you can tell that there's still recognition in the eyes, but he is in a lot of pain right now.
Like it. I roar his face, and he sees my mustache half hanging off, and I don't even know it's hanging off because I'm raging.
You are raging.
He says, I was Krag the whole time. I'm not really Mike. You fool.
I can't do it. I can only use the moment of clarity. It takes one action. I don't have the actions for it. I would have done it.
I'm sorry for even attempting to insinuate that there would be anything but absolute, by the book, mindless rage in Krag at any time. I'm sorry. And how important it is to you.
Mindless.
I'm in the swarm now. So take note.
You are in the swarm, and it is
His
in
favorite
fact
place to be.
my turn. So on my turn, the swarm. The first thing that's going to happen is the swarm is going to try to attack you, Krag. You do need to roll a reflex save now. I apologize for making you roll it earlier.
That was not a good roll. I do have a hero point or two, and I have a. I'm going to roll it again. I'm going to roll it again. No, I'm just going to roll it one more time. I'm going to burn one of my hero points because I have them. That's way better. It went from a 5 to a 16 on the die. And you said that was a reflex save?
That's a reflex.
So, math, 21.
Great. So you're just sort of have this moment, this instinctual moment where all these sort of nails and hammers are all flying at you, and you're just managing to dodge them and just swat other ones away. But you do need to make 2 more reflex saves. You need 2 more reflex saves from you.
2 more.
Jim, did you find the soybeans in the room?
Do I have to call my buff? Do I
Yeah,
have to call my
he's
buff
up over in
before?
organic processing.
Yeah, you have to call your buff before. I'm making you call your buff before, Krag.
Let's buff this one. I'm gonna buff it out.
Okay, this is gonna have a +9
Plus
to it.
9.
Then. All right.
Wow.
That's good. That's good because it was a 6 plus 9, 15.
That's a 15. Okay.
15.
What? Make your next roll.
That was a 2 on the dice, so that's a 7.
Woo! Okay, so Krag, the first thing that happens is you take 6 points of damage as you're sort of dodging these other ones. These nails all just sort of start to lay into your, but you can't get them all, and they're just hitting you here. And while they're doing that, you don't even realize it until you're in this rage, and these other nails begin to hammer into your feet, Krag. And What was your total on that roll?
The total on that roll was did I say, is 7.
Is 7?
It was
Ooh.
I cragged it.
Krag, you are considered immobilized.
What?
Ah!
And
Okay.
you are
That's
stuck
not
to
good.
the ground. Your feet are literally nailed into the ground. And you cannot move from that position. Richie
Jesus
steps back and he pulls out a scroll and he begins to read from it. And when he is done reading, the box that is next to him begins to shake. And it starts to sort of merge in on itself. Like the wood should not be able to do this, but it starts to kind of merge and coalesce, and it sort of shrinks down. And this box is now sort of like it's like, you know those Boston Dynamics robots, the like ones that look like dogs?
Yeah.
It's like that. It's like a wooden dog. And he says, "Oh,
Duke, save me.
and Duke appears to be a wooden dog that has been created. And it charges at Krag, while Richie takes a few more steps back behind another box. The two other guys charge at Myer.
Wow.
What's up?
I go.
Oh, they
Wow.
can't act because it
Wow,
was
we're
just
certainly-
summons?
Well, I was going to say, while we certainly are on rules light, if he moved away from Krag, pulled out a scroll, and took the 2 actions needed to cast a spell from it, he would definitely be done and not have the action required. Because you have to actually command a minion, which costs 1 action to do. So you wouldn't be able to make him do anything this turn or move any further.
It is not a minion.
All summoned creatures
that was
have the minion trait. Well, this is not a, I mean, I'm just saying all summoned creatures have the minion trait, which you have to command them to do things.
I'm looking up rules now because that's fun.
Well,
Is
just
Jim
do
going
whatever
to
you
save
want
my
if you
life?
like. I'm sorry for ruining it. Take every action you want to take. That.
Yeah, whatever. I actually don't care that much. So yeah, Richie does not move. He reads from the scroll, and commands the construct to move towards Krag. The 2 guys charge at Myer.
Didn't I get up
Oh,
to
I'm
them?
sorry. I'm sorry. Yeah, they're right in front of you. Gosh, guys, I'll learn how to play this game
Ooh.
eventually.
New follow.
Zach on Titan, thank you so much for the follow.
Thank you.
Hey.
In fact, Alex, they are right there in front of you, and they begin to swing at you. The first guy with the sword attempts to hit you with a natural 1. He, in fact, becomes off balance, and I will cause him to lose 1 of his actions, so he only has 1 more attack on you. And that is a 16 to hit, which I am confident is going to miss.
That's a
Level
critical
10
failure.
Alex. It's another crit failure. So, in fact, because he did double crit failures, I will say that he has managed to lose his grip on his sword. This guy does not seem like that confident of a fighter. And in fact, neither does his companion. His companion takes a swing at you and also critically fails! He, in fact, critically fails, and he abandons this action and runs from you, Alex. Does level 10 Alex have an attack of opportunity?
No, that's only a fighter. I think that's only a fighter feat.
So this guy
I don't have
runs
Let me- I'll
towards one of the boxes. And he grabs a crowbar and begins trying to pry the box open.
Okay.
I believe that the construct can act on this turn, Jim, or no? You tell me.
It all depends on specifically what... I don't know what specific spell you're using. I just know that typically if you have a creature that you summon or create, you, as the caster, use one of your actions to command it. It then gets to take 2 actions, which can be to move and attack or whatever it's going to do. But typically that's how any minion-type creature works, is you spend 1 action as the caster to give it 2 actions.
I mean, I don't see that. Can you send me well, I'm going to move on and say that it doesn't do anything.
Mm-hmm.
And Jim, will you send me the rules on that? Because what I'm looking at
Are you comfortable
is...
just telling me what spell that you're looking at? Because I can
I'm
solve
using
it by
a summon
reading the-
construct. Yeah. It is a summon construct heightened to level 2. It's a... What is it? A second... It's heightened to 2nd level. Summon construct. What it is.
Well, either way... summon construct requires 3 actions to cast, and when you cast,
I'm sorry, I read that incorrectly.
The same number of actions. So
Yeah,
either way, it wouldn't do anything this round, but yeah.
Well, it still might do something if it doesn't have to be commanded. If it acts on its own, doesn't matter. I'm moving on. But Jim, you just tell me what you find out.
I'm looking at
Alex, level 10. It is your turn. You are standing in front of a guy who has no sword. Another guy has run past you. He has a crowbar and is trying to pry open a box.
The guy in front of me, is he flat-footed? Is he considered flat-footed?
No.
Okay, I'll just strike him. I'm going to strike him first. We'll just move
Go
on.
ahead.
Okay,
See what
here we go.
happens.
Okay. That's a 20 on the die plus 18!
See, what does it matter? This doesn't matter anyways. Roll your sneak attack damage anyways, you sneaky sneak. You were going to crit
Wait.
no matter what. You're hitting your sneak attack.
Hold on, I don't know how much sneak attack is for level 10. It doesn't tell me.
You know what, Alex? Go ahead and roll
I'm just
some
gonna
dice.
roll all the dice.
Yeah, roll all of them.
I have a deadly D8 as well.
Sure. Oh, of course.
I know at least 1 sneak attack dice. I don't know how
If
many
you're
at
rolling-
level 10.
If you're rolling at
Thank
least
you.
10 dice,
Okay,
and
okay, we're
at
good, we're
least,
good.
and you don't roll a bunch of 1s, you're okay.
Oh, okay. So, my deadly D8 was only a 1. So 6, 12, 13. Okay, sorry. 12. Someone do math for me. 12 plus 6
Alex.
plus
You-
5 plus 4.
Alex, you have stabbed this guy in
27.
his eye. And you actually like are so fast and strong compared to what this guy is or was. Your hand actually literally goes through his head and out the other side. You are already moving on to the next thing as you remove your hand and the guy's body falls to the ground. He is dead. What do you
I'm
do
gonna
next?
move over to the guy with the crowbar.
Oh yeah, he starts screaming, no, 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 no! And he's desperately trying to get the box open.
Okay, I'm gonna try and hit him. 12 plus 18.
Oh yeah, that's another critical hit.
Okay. Okay, my deadly die is only rolling 1s here. So that's 6, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23. Michael Jordan!
Michael Jordan! Again, you just sort of step up, like, it's almost like you're rehearsing for a fight, Alex. Like, you're just sort of, like, to you, you feel like you're just sort of, like just walking through the motion. And to everybody else, you're just moving with such speed and agility that, and you just sort of, like, step up behind him, you grab his head, slit his throat, and he drops dead. To everyone else, you can't believe how quickly she moved and was able to just get around him and pull. But to you, Alex, it was just simple.
And I turn my gaze on Richie. And for my last action, I'll get right up to him.
That would be
Is it too far away?
You have already used all 3 of your actions. I get to use more than 3 because I'm the GM and just get to make up stuff. But you only get the 3. I think you guys are going to be fine. I think you're going to be fine. So
okay, I'm just going to turn and just glare at him. Because he's next.
Flavor text.
Flavor text, yes.
I like the flavor.
Glare.
I like
Jim, it is your turn.
First, I found all of the relevant rules pages and summoned creatures. Creatures summoned by a conjuration spell always there's a whole bunch of other things, but they do have the minion trait. A creature with the minion trait can use 2 actions per turn, and a summoned creature, basically every round you have to spend an action sustaining your spell, and as part of sustaining your spell, you issue it a command to use those 2 actions. So it wouldn't have acted last round, but next round it'll be able to act as long as Richie is sustaining his spell.
Oh yeah, he's going to be sustaining it. Yeah.
He's not going to be able to sustain his life because I will take it from him by reloading my crossbow, devising a clever stratagem to kill him in his face, and then firing a crossbow.
Oh yeah. Yeah. Zangarang Live says that you're asserting your dominance. There's no dominance that needs to be asserted. I don't know the rules. I've said that. I don't. I just say things and then we do them or we don't.
We're on a diet here. We're diet rules. Diet rules.
It's the only diet I'm sticking to.
I would hit an armor class of 19.
You, in fact, miss Richie on this one.
Well, then I will re-roll because I can't accept failure. I said I was going to kill Richie, and that's what I'm going to do.
You have a +6 buff. You have a +6 buff.
I used that last turn. You got to refresh your.
Oh, I need to refresh it. Sorry. Okay.
Yeah, you got to refresh. Oh, that's much better. 19 on the die for a total of 25.
Okay, that is a hit.
All right, now the flat check to see how this goes. Oh shit.
Oh,
that
don't
die's
drop
gone
them.
forever. Bye. Goodbye forever, die. 16 on the die for the flat check, so I'm gonna deal some double damage.
You're gonna deal double damage.
Not nearly as good. 5 doubled, 10 points of piercing damage. Pretty weak.
10 points of piercing damage. Richie does not really have time to comprehend exactly what's happening as that arrow drives into his lower abdomen, out the other side. Not fully, just sort of pokes out. He just heals over.
Oh, that was fun.
And he falls over dead. In this moment, there are no other immediate threats except for the wooden dog, which I believe is now not sustained, so it just goes away, I guess?
Yeah.
But I do think that the
Correct.
swarm sticks around. I think the swarm sticks around, but I don't know. Let me check to see what
is
spell
the
I even
swarm
cast with that. No, it is also a construct, so it also disappears. I wasn't sure how all this stuff worked. It's fine. It doesn't matter. I don't really care. They're gone. I mean, I care in the sense that I like telling a story, but I don't need them to be there. So they're not there anymore. Krag, your feet are stuck, but all of the nails and hammers, screwdrivers, things like that, they all sort of just start to drop to the ground. Alex, you're standing there. There is a crowbar stuck in this box where that guy just left it.
I'm gonna grab that crowbar because I left mine back there. So.
Sure, you have just scooped up another crowbar. This room is boxes. Again, of the size, make, model you guys have become used to. You can probably infer what is in them.
Yes,
on the right-hand
we're not
side of the
opening
room
them up.
that those 2 guys came out of. That is another set of double doors, and that room is labeled Transference, which is the same name that you saw in the hallway as you came past. So in other words, you passed a room called Transference, you got to packaging, And now there is another set of doors in packaging that leads back into transference.
Is there anything, before we leave this room, is there anything else in this room that looks like we could investigate or take or of interest you might need?
I mean, you can definitely, do you want to take time, Diana, or Alex, to look around?
Like super quick. I don't want to do like a 20 or anything like that.
So let's just
really
do a quick perception check. Yeah, let's do a quick perception check.
I'm back to level 1, yes?
No, you have 1 minute in game. So if you're trying to do it quick.
Okay, 17 plus 17.
You
I don't know,
very
it's math.
quickly identify that there is not much in here outside of some loading doors that do appear to go outside from here. Well, you assume they're outside. You know you're underground, but you very quickly identify that from what you can tell through the doorway that's in the back behind some, basically was obscured from some other crates, you see that there is a ramp that goes up, and you would assume that this is how they get the boxes out. You also notice that there are wheeled tracks on the ground that lead into the room called transference, and they seem to follow the tracks are all worn in the ground over the same area. They seem to go into and out of transference. They don't seem to be wheeled around too much more around there. That's what you make out. Quickly.
Okay. Do we want to wake up this idiot by the door and ask him what's going on here, or should we just continue on?
No, I don't think we need to wake him up.
I'm busy pulling nails out of my body while you say
Oh,
this.
do you need help?
There, I'm like
I'll
pulling,
help you.
I'm pulling nails out of my body. I'm like, guys, hold on, I got nailed to the floor.
I'll help you.
I have my dagger out and I'm trying to. And wait, and then I realize while I'm doing all this, I realize that my mustache is like, why didn't you guys tell me my mustache was coming off?
It doesn't matter. They know who we
very
are.
angry.
Crag, you realize that there's like a hammer on the ground right next to you, and you think like maybe you could just use the back of that to kind of like pry out the nails.
Nice. Yeah. I start doing it. I pry the nail. I pry one nail out of my foot, and then the other nail, and I'm like, this isn't even like. Ah! That hurt more than the nails in my foot.
All right, we
That
gotta
was
keep
good
going.
Glue. That was good glue, Myer.
Well, does Richie?
That was the good glue.
Did we take any of Richie's?
Oh yeah, let's look
highly
at Richie's
magical,
things.
potent items.
No
Like
one
all of
has
this,
Yeah.
let's
searched
just carry
Richie.
Richie with us.
We searched
No one
Richie.
has searched Richie.
I put Richie in the
If
box.
Myer wants to search Richie, I can search the two guys just in case.
Richie has what amounts to about 10 gold pieces on him. He's carrying a dagger and a spell book.
What about the two guys? Or are they just...
The two guys each are carrying. The one guy has about 2, and the other guy has about 3 gold pieces worth of coinage. So a total of 5. And they don't actually appear like those weapons that they had did not seem to be like. They weren't special. They were probably. I apologize. There was something I meant to tell you that was in this room, Alex, and I apologize to everybody because this is what I forgot. Basically, as they came in, there was a weapons rack on that wall, and they grabbed the weapons from there. These weapons are weapons that you guys recognize as warhammers, sickles, daggers. There is some spears. Throwing hammers, all weapons you guys have seen used at one point or another. Yes, and
It's
in
all
fact,
our weapons.
in fact, even further down the wall, Alex. I don't know why I forgot this. I even had it written down. Even further down the wall, there is like a wardrobe area where there is just a bunch of
Our
Alex
clothes.
coats and loincloths. And purple robes.
I'll go over and I'll definitely take a couple more daggers just to put in my belt and maybe take an extra Alex costume and a Lyra costume for when we find her. And then
Sure.
I'll find the loincloth and go, "Here, Krag," and I'll throw it back at him.
Grab it and I say, "It's okay if I wear this now?" Because
Yeah,
they know,
here's a
right? I'm
backup.
not Mike.
And I give him another one in case you soil it. Yeah, just take the other one.
Jeez.
I don't need 2 loincloths.
Well, you never know when you might need another one.
These throwing hammers. Can I grab a couple of throwing hammers? Just for
Yeah,
fun?
absolutely. You can have. Absolutely, they are fun. You have grabbed them. Yeah, the I believe they're actually called light hammers, Krag, but they can be thrown. So. Either way, you
Take
want to
2
think
of
about
those.
Myer, you want
Take 2 of
anything?
those.
Might as well gear up.
And I just
Everything
strip
that I
down.
need.
I strip down right there and just put my loincloth on and start cragging up for real. No big deal. You got.
They are light
they've all seen
hammers,
it
Krag.
before.
They have the agile trait and the thrown trait. They have a range of 20 feet.
Eric, are you dressing up as Krag?
Oh yeah, hell yeah. It doesn't matter.
Okay.
Like Myer
do
said,
that-
it doesn't matter. The mustache is off. The loincloth is on. It doesn't matter. They know who.
Then
we
I'll-
The
are.
hair's down.
Yeah, and I'll
Oh,
get
the hair's
into
down.
the. I'll get into the Alex outfit as well, and throw away the other clothes. Or I'll put them in my bag just in case.
It's on.
Okay.
What's
Myer, what do you got going on?
Look it up.
Waiting for them to get done. Making sure nobody else is
Over
coming.
this amount of time, Alex, you feel that
Magic.
energy dissipate. Yeah, your muscles, you're not fatigued, but you know you're not as strong. You know you're not as fast. You know you're just not as alert. The world, it's not blurry, but it just feels like you had a vision of a clear, bright day, and now it's become overcast.
Okay. All right,
As you
let's keep
Go
moving.
back to level 1. Great. Where do you guys want to go from here? You know you could go back in the hallway. There was obviously the room that you barricaded. There was a turn in the hallway further on, or you could go into the room marked transference, which you can get into from either side at this point. You get into it from this room that you're in, or you can go back in the hallway and go in the main door.
Sorry, I was reading my sheet for a second. Transference, or we can go back into the hallway.
There was organic processing, which you barricaded.
Yeah, we're not going there. Nope.
There
okay.
is transference, and then there is the hallway kept going on. There was a turn in the corner. You don't know what was at the end of that hallway.
I don't know. You guys want to investigate the transference?
Ooh, weather change.
Now, luckily
So windy.
for you guys, it is no longer hot. You feel like had that heat kept up for any longer, you were going to start to really feel some ill effects. So it feels really nice to feel the breeze. But that breeze picks up really strongly, and it is in fact very windy. And with that wind comes some consequences. Any ranged
vision.
attack will be... Nope, just any ranged attack will be at a -1. So you will suffer a -1 to all ranged attacks. So that throwing hammer, when you shoot those bolts, even magically ranged attacks will be at a -1.
Okay.
Where would you guys like to go?
Kind of. Well, since we're in here, I point to the transference doors and go, shall we? Or
Yeah.
out the door.
Yeah, we
let's
can do
go.
that.
No, let's go.
Yeah, let's go on the transference.
Okay. They shall.
I open it slowly.
Inside is a room full of pipes, wires, levers, and buttons, all surrounding a central feature, a large sarcophagi made of glass, reinforced by metal bands. Alex, a memory flashes. You remember waking up from a similar tomb, though yours was made of stone. The distinctive buzzing and whirring in this room, though, reinforces the thought that this is very much like the tomb that you woke up in. You all notice that this reinforced box is about the same size as the wooden crates you have become all too familiar with over the last few days. Furthermore, you recognize that the clear coffin rests on a sort of wheeled dolly, and the lines that Alex saw on the floor are presumably where that wheeled dolly travels back and forth between transference and packaging. Lastly, there is a figure in that box.
I'm gonna walk
What do you
over
guys
and
do?
look.
You go to look over at the figure, and you can tell that in this box is Krag, or at least physically an exact copy of the barbarian. He is not breathing or moving, but you can tell that his casket is full of the gray-green gas you recall choking on when the boxes were opened at the barrows.
Don't open that up. They're recreating us down here.
So this is the thing where they make us then. This glass.
Yeah.
This glass thing. Do we break it?
No, because the gas is going to come out again from the docks. Right before you met up with us on the docks, there was a whole bunch of us in these crates, and there was this gas that came out. No.
Myer, anything you would like to be doing?
It's probably way beyond me, but I actually like to see. I know just a little bit enough to be dangerous with alchemical crafting. I would like to see if I can determine any of the properties of this gas, whether it's like how they would be producing it, or I don't know. I'm just studying the gas, the gas. We
Sure.
can see the gas. We can see what the gas is.
and Krag, while he's studying the gas, is there anything you wanted to be doing? You were just about to speak up.
Well, I was just about to speak. It kind of dawns on me at this moment that if Richie knew who we were, Lyra's in big trouble. Hallie's in big trouble. So that dawns on me at that moment.
Well, in fact, Richie said that earlier when he locked you in that room. He did say that you were being dealt with, and Marcus's daughter was being dealt with, and Lyra was being dealt with.
Yeah. Well, guys, we gotta figure out a way to get back and find Lyra and Hallie. I mean, if they caught us and threw us in here, what are they doing to them?
Oh, they seem highly incompetent. I wouldn't worry about it. I mean, we got out of there in what, like 3 minutes? And we've already killed Richie. I mean, it's like, these guys are goons.
Speaking of goons, you, Sir Myer, you discovered that it would be extraordinarily difficult to study the gas any more than visually at this point, unless you let it out, because it does seem to be. I mean, there are a lot of pipes and tubes and wires that are connected to. They're actually connected to what looks like some sort of base plate that then is connected to this casket. But all you can really tell about the gas. Why don't you first roll me is that crafting or alchemical, or what would that be for
crafting is
second
what,
edition?
Yeah, crafting is what
so for second edition, let's do crafting.
Does that? So that would be a 19 total.
Judging by the properties that you can see it exhibiting, I mean, you can infer it exhibiting. You know that this has got to be some sort of almost like aerosol. Only aerosol is the wrong word, but some sort of airborne gaseous form of formaldehyde or some similar type of substance. You think back to the smell, and the smell was somewhat like formaldehyde. It had hints of it amongst other things, and so you can now, as you have time to sort of study it looking at it, you're like, well, I could see maybe how, like, you don't know how they would do it, but you can kind of intellectually think about like, okay, well, yeah, I mean, if you had the skills, maybe you could figure out a way to convert that into a gas. But there's other elements that would be involved that you just don't know, and there's none in this room that you see.
Sure. Okay.
Adam, question for you.
Yeah.
Would I know that all this equipment was from the Glenwall Institute, or is this just new equipment I don't recognize? I'm just wondering if Killian stole this equipment or what.
So this equipment is... If this is the equipment from... You have no way of knowing if this equipment is the actual physical equipment that was taken out of the Glenwall Institute. But it is very similar, and it has been modified heavily. You were not brought up to speed on anything that Killian was working on necessarily, because it was always over your head. You walked the Glenwell Institute, you helped make purchases, but really you were out trying to facilitate your search for more of Vander's research. You felt that if you could get more research, get more information, you could help Killian connect the dots and complete the Glenwell Institute. Because you recall that the Glenwell Institute was not working when you last left it. At least you don't think it was. You had no indication that it was working when you last saw it in its full form. Again, this machinery is designed very similarly to Killian's work, very, very similarly to what Astorius had built there years before and Vander had, but it has been modified. And whether this is the original equipment or duplicate equipment, it's very hard to tell. But you do know that next to you, there is a control panel that is very... So much of it is familiar to you, Alex. It is covered in wires and pipes again. It has a number of distinct features. First and foremost is a large orb about the size of a dinner plate that appears to float behind a pane of brownish glass. This orb itself is like a sickly purple hue, and you can make out some type of symbols on its surface as it rotates very slowly on an ever-changing axis. So it's not really like this, it's sort of like spinning all around, but very slowly. Lower on this sort of console tower, you see similar symbols that are on that sphere. They're sort of etched into a metal plate in like a grid fashion. Lower on the thing, on this. Again, I'm calling it I guess I'll call it like a console, but again, I don't know what word you'd really use for it. But on the side of it, there is a large green button. Next to that is a large red button. And finally, there is a lever that you would have to grip with two hands to pull. It is currently in the upright setting. So you could have to pull the lever down if you were to do so. Myer, while you are studying the gas, you actually notice that there is a clipboard nearby.
I ignore it, kick it under a box, never look at it again.
Great. That's easy for me.
The opposite. I'll pick it up. I'll look at what it says.
Oh, okay. It explodes. You take 37 points of damage.
Well, that was terrible. Who traps the clipboard?
The clipboard seems to be some sort of like checklist or maybe like a script. And it says, initiate contact programming, monitor results. Initiate sensation protocol. Monitor sensation protocol. Initiate conversion protocol. Acceptance within 95%. Recycle within 5%. There are other papers that you notice sort of on this clipboard that are in some arcane markings. Do you speak Draconic or Abyssal?
No.
So these are just gibberish to you, though you you at least probably recognize that, like, you've seen them before. You have no idea what they say or what they mean. There's a Krag in a box.
Take 'em.
There's a Krag out of a box. There's a Myer, and there's an Alex.
Well, yeah, go ahead, sorry.
Should we stab the Krag that's in the box?
Or do we use them as another army?
I mean, what, you think you can control the Krags in the box? So far,
Well-
they ain't been pretty when they wake up.
Yeah, I guess you're right.
I mean,
There's
I don't
only-
know. I mean, I know enough.
Sorry, go ahead.
I mean, I know they're making Krags and Alexes and Lyras presumably, but that, that's about it. That's all I know they're doing. I don't know how to work any of this stuff. I don't think it would be very wise to try either.
At least not yet.
Wouldn't it?
He's dead. He can't talk.
From the other
At
room,
least.
You could push the buttons, they're fun.
Oh, no, at least not yet. Alright, should we
Okay.
go down the end of the hallway and see what's going on there?
Yeah,
Krag, you alright?
Great.
do it.
Yeah, I'm fine. I just feel. Should we break this glass thing so they don't make any more? Should we leave this here? Should we destroy this room? Do we burn this whole building down? Are all those crates in the other room filled with us?
There
Alex?
was no salt. No salt. I asked for salt. There was no salt. Burn the building down.
Yeah, the problem is there's a whole bunch of gas keeping all of our copies alive. And that gas can be deadly.
I think that if
I
we
mean-
want to destroy this place, that actually might be a very good idea, but sort of on the way out because
Yeah,
we're in it.
we run.
So
Yeah.
anything we do to destroy this place is definitely going to be a problem for us down here. Unless you're the
Okay.
self-sacrificing type, which I applaud, but I'm going to walk out before you get to work.
Alex.
Yes.
You can
Yes.
tell that the faint pounding that was going on down the hall where they were trying to break down the door has stopped. And you feel like you thought you heard more of like a crash before it stopped.
I have a feeling those people escaped the room.
The smelly people? You're talking about the smelly room?
Yes. I think they got through.
Okay.
And is there windows in the doors, or is it just solid doors?
Solid doors.
Can I go
These
back?
are these.
toward-
This room is a wooden door.
Mhm.
There was the metal door that you were locked behind. You recall that the organic processing had it had a metal door and like leather flaps on it that you would assume try to keep out the smell.
I think that's where they recycled us. Okay. I think from here on out we need to be very careful. Going back to the main room with all the boxes and stuff where all the guys are dead. The doors are wide open. Do we see anyone walking by or in that room?
So, conveniently, you do, in fact, see those masked, sort of covered figures are sort of peering in, and you could almost hear them like whispering, like, can't tell exactly what they're saying, but They
I'm-
are.
Oh, sorry. I was just gonna say I kind of whispered everyone to hide, just to like hide because they're in there.
We duck back into the room.
Well,
Yeah. I'm gonna stealth behind a box or something.
All right, roll your stealth check.
16 plus 6.
Okay. Myer and Krag, what do you do?
this is back in the room where we fought Richie, yes?
Yeah.
Oh, I'm sorry. You went all the way back there. I thought you were talking about the doors.
thought we peeked down
to
the hallway.
packaging. I thought you were
Oh.
speaking into packaging.
Packaging is where we fought Richie.
Yes, that's where you fought Richie. Yes. Sorry.
So they're in that room, is what you're saying.
Yes, they're beginning to move their way into that room.
Yeah. It's like, listen, we could hide from them, but look, these guys are kind of chumps. I think we go and take command of the situation and tell them to get the hell out of here. I think they kind of scatter and run. These guys aren't, like, warriors. And quite honestly, I think we should, because I want to get a hold of Richie's body and make sure that we completely destroy that thing, because if they're like, I never want to see Richie again. If they make him pop out of boxes later, that would just be the worst thing that I could possibly imagine. So we need to get a hold of Richie's body so we can completely obliterate it. So let's go in there. We got our big scary barbarian guy. He's in a loincloth. Nobody's gonna mess with him. We just tell these chumps to get out of here. You know, we don't need to be hiding from these guys. I mean, you cut them up if they cause any trouble. These guys are nothing.
All right.
I like
On the
it.
count of 3. Run in there, Krag.
Get her.
Get him.
On the count of 3, get her.
Okay, what do you guys do?
Count to 3.
Yeah, count to 3.
Count of 3, yeah.
One.
Give me the
Okay.
count.
2,
2,
3.
3.
Oh, I run in
We were
there.
offset.
Oh. All right, the three of you go to run in there, and you come across a scene that's like picture the Among Us figures where they're all like, you know, like sealed up, and they're like pulling the body of the guy that Krag dropped on the ground after knocking him out, and they like look up and they're like, ooh, 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 they begin trying to scatter, but trying to pull the body with them back out the door. What do you guys do?
That guy's fine. Yeah, get out of here. We'll kill you too. You better run. Home. Get out of here. We're gonna burn this place to the ground.
And the two guys that you see pulling this guy are like, yeah, okay, we're gonna get out of here. We're gonna get out of here. And then there's another two that come from down the hallway, and they say, no, we can't go. If we leave, he will kill us. He will kill us. Well, they're gonna kill us. Yeah, but do you want to suffer? No, they kill us. We're supposed to kill them. I don't want
Krag,
to kill
smash that guy with a hammer.
I smile. I act like one of those Krags out of the box. I just smile and I start going towards him with the hammer.
We're gonna roll initiative.
Yeah.
All right.
Dirty 20 for Alex.
Dirty 20 for Alex. All right, Alex.
14 for Myer.
Myer. Krag, what do you got?
Michael Jordan. Michael Jordan.
I haven't heard you say that in forever.
Okay. Krag, as your turn begins, you hear them say, "There's a lot of us. There's only 3 of them. We can overwhelm them." And you hear more footsteps coming from the hallway.
Oh, God.
That's fine.
What do you do?
That's fine. Do these guys have weapons?
You see in their hands like scalpels, and like hand
Okay.
saw, like bone saws,
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
other
That-
medical
stuff
cutting
that
devices.
they would use
Yeah.
to cut up the organic matter. So,
Yep.
guys,
Yeah,
I think we got company. I yell to them because I hear the more guys coming, and I just go. I stride up to the first guy that's closest to me, take a
Great.
big old swing with my maul.
Now the first
If
guy
I
that's
can.
closest to you, Krag, is helping drag the one body. Now he's so you can attack him 100%. But he is not currently armed or seeming to be targeting you.
Oh, he's down on the ground?
No. He's like pulling, like, you know how like if you and I went to like grab one, like you grabbed one arm, I grabbed the other, and then we were just sort of dragging the person on the ground.
Yeah. I'm not gonna hit someone like, no, I want someone who's aggressive. Someone who has a weapon. I'm not just gonna hit a dude.
Okay.
I'm not doing that.
Not just gonna hit a dude. Got it. I'm
not gonna hit a guy who's trying to drag a body. I'm gonna hit a guy who's
so you go past that guy, you go to the next guy, great, you're taking a swing.
Yeah, and that was a big swing. It's 24 total.
Oh yeah, you definitely hit, Krag. You, in fact, that is a critical hit.
Nice.
It's a critical. So, okay, so I roll my damage twice. 17.
Plus
17 with my maul.
Plus like 16. Don't you normally add plus 8 to your damage? Or do you add plus?
I added plus 8.
I'll tell you what, it's okay.
1d12 times 2 plus 8 is what I did.
So Krag, you come like
plus 16
swinging from like up to down. You're gonna do like an uppercut, and you actually manage to like sweep this guy's leg, but you sweep it so violently that it like basically you make this guy do the splits where his leg hits his head, and you know his leg is not actually connected to him anymore, and he just drops dead in a scream and collapses on the ground. What do you do?
Ooh. Is there a guy close? Can I?
Uh-oh.
So
we're losing Krag.
Krag's breaking up. He's breaking up.
Hello? Yeah, I'm breaking up.
We got a bad
Breaking
signal.
up with us. Oh, there you are.
Oh.
Okay.
No,
Wait, you're there
You're
again.
there. You're there.
So I moved up. I hit the guy. Is there anyone adjacent to me that I could hit? That's is there a guy next to him that I could attack?
You could move to the next guy, but
I'm
you will
moving to
not
the
be
next
able to
guy.
attack. Great.
I'm moving to the next guy. No, you know what? Yeah. No. Yeah. No. No. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
All right.
No.
All right, Alex, what do you got?
I'm hiding.
You're gonna go
Who
stealth.
do I? Oh, I thought I was already hiding.
You ran around the corner going get him.
Oh, I did. You're right. Okay, I run in. That's fair. Yeah, yes. Who do I?
So you're just running in.
Yes. Who do I see?
Well, again, there are basically two guys at the front that are dragging the body of their comrade. Krag just took out a guy on the left-hand side. You could get to the guy on the right-hand side that's behind those two if you want.
Then I will do that.
Okay.
Yes.
Great.
Run up.
You reach it, and you could do an attack.
Okay, great. So I'm going to take advantage of my sneak attack. Oh, is he flat-footed? No, probably not. Here we go.
Yes. Yeah, he is.
19 on the die! Okay, great. So then I'll use my sneak attack to get him. So 19 plus 6.
Oh, yeah, that's a critical hit and
25.
sneak attack and all that stuff. Yep. Mm-hmm.
I'm just making sure.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 17.
This guy, like, reaches out his hand, like, no, and you, like, literally take your dagger and shove it into his hand and into his forehead, and you, like, stick his hand to his forehead, and you just kind of, like, you think about for a moment just letting the dagger go and just it holding there, and he would drop, but you pull out the dagger, and he drops to the ground. You could move up to, as you have now basically entered the hallway, you realize that there are 6 more guys coming down the hallway from that area, from the organic processing. But you have dropped 2 of them. 6 are still coming, and then there's the 2 that are dragging the body.
Chumps. Yeah, call them chumps, not guys.
Jumps.
I don't want to get in the hallway because then I'm going to trap us in there. So I'd rather wait in the big room for them to come in.
Okay, so you're just going to stay where you are.
Yes.
You're basically in the doorway right now, Alex.
I want to let me get on the side of the door so that when they start coming in, I can just like stab. Yes.
Okay. So it is my turn. These 6 guys come charging down the hallway, and basically, 2 of them will get to Krag, and 2 of them will try to make their way into the room. So 2 will get to Krag. Krag, the first guy is going to try to stab at you with a scalpel that he's holding. And he hits a 17.
Yep, on the money.
Okay. That is going to deal 3 points of damage to you. And then, Krag, what's your fortitude save?
+7.
+7. Okay. Krag.
Mhm.
The strike that this guy deals, he doesn't really let out the blade. He just sort of like pulls it down you, and you realize that he was very precise with where he hit you. In fact, you take an additional 6 points of precision damage from that scalpel. And then he tries to keep cutting you with a second attack. This is a natural 20 on the die. This is a 22
Question.
total, which is a natural 20. Yes.
Can I use my nat 1 on that roll?
You can.
I use my nat 1. High five.
Okay. So you know, as he has this scalpel sort of driven into your shoulder and is slicing across your chest, you kind of roar at him, and he just like loses his grip, and he actually the scalpel just stays in you, Krag, and he no longer has a weapon on him. The other guy next to him, though, just lunges at you with his bare hands. But his hands are covered in these like entrails, and these gloves that he's wearing are just bloody and gross. And Krag,
these guys aren't chumps.
This is a 17. Does a 17 hit you?
That's my AC. Yeah.
I
My
need
God,
you
we
to
both have the
roll
same AC.
a fortitude save.
Come on, baby.
Do you have?
Get a
Oh,
good
I
one.
can't do that.
Natural 20 on the die.
Okay.
That's
okay.
a good fortitude.
So,
27.
So this.
You know what it was, Adam? It was the bird poop and the fish guts. I have built immunity.
That's it. He lunged for you, and you just sort of like take your. I mean, obviously you have your hammer in one hand. You just sort of like do one of these and just hit his hands away from you. And then you kind of like headbutt him back, and he just sort of bounces back. The other two guys have entered the room. They
That reminds me of walking.
They
in
don't
circles.
know. They don't see you, Alex. But the two guys that were dragging the body now move towards you, Myer. They drop the body and move towards you. They say, fine. If we're fighting, we're fighting. And they come at you, and the one guy pulls out a scalpel, and the other guy has like a bone saw.
Ugh.
The one hits a 15.
No, not me.
Okay, and the other with the bone saw basically grabs your arm and then just takes the saw and just slices along it. And you take... Why do I always lose my die? I don't know. You take 4 points of damage.
All
And
right.
that is... There's a bit bomb! I think that's our first bit bomb of the evening, I think.
Yes.
Indeed.
Thank you,
Wow,
Sarah.
thank you so much for the bit bomb! It is now your turn, Myer. What do you do? Two guys are on you. Two guys have gotten basically to Alex, but they don't know that you're there, or they don't at least give the indication that you're there, Alex. And Krag, you are dealing with two, and another two are coming from down the hallway. Myer, what do you do?
Okay, well, I'm gonna whip out the sword cane, and I'm gonna devise a very clever stratagem to
So clever.
kill the guy who just hit me with a bone saw. And while I'm lunging forward at this guy, I'm gonna look at the other one. I'm gonna say, "Look, you could have just gone. In fact, if you run away, we're not gonna chase you. But I mean, it's up to you. You said you're fighting. I mean, this will last as long as you want it to, I guess, buddy." And I'm gonna kill his friend. And if we're talking about nat 20s, then that's what I just got. Natural 20. But
Huzzah!
we need to make a flat check. Flat check
gonna
DC
give you
8.
Huzzah!
That is a 9 on the die. 9 on the die.
I hate this so much.
So doubling, and it's a critical
Yeah, it's
hit.
fine,
So
Jim.
I'll roll
Jim, you already
damage
know.
twice. Not-
Don't
figure
crag
out how
me.
much damage
Don't you
I'm
roll
gonna
this.
do.
Hey, I'll tell you what.
Here I go.
I'll tell you what. You figure out the math, and I'm going to describe what happens. You tell me at the end. You tell me at the end. You tell me at the end. Oh, that's all. Oh, that wasn't even that big a deal.
I didn't hear. How much?
It wasn't even that big a deal.
28 points of damage.
14?
No,
Oh,
only
28.
28.
Yeah.
Nah.
Yeah.
Okay, so basically, this guy has your arm, and he sort of sawed it, and you just sort of reverse the grip on him and grab him, and you just take your sword and just as you pull him into you poke this sword up through his rib cage and out his neck, and you look at that other guy that you threatened while you do this the whole time. You don't even look at this guy that you just cut up. You let him drop as you just continue to stare at that other guy, and he's like, "Oh, okay, yeah, we can leave. Yeah, I can leave." That is your one action. 2 actions. You drew it. You drew and you attacked.
I had to draw. I had to devise, and I had to attack. So it's.
Oh, you had to devise. Okay, gotcha.
Yeah.
Okay, Krag, it is your turn. You have the scalpel in your chest, and there are 2 guys that are trying to get you. One had a scalpel. The other one just has his bare hands and is coming for you.
So I swing at the guy with the scalpel first. They're right up on me.
Do it. Also,
even-
it looks like we had Neostorm resubscribe, eh? Thank you so much, Neo. We miss
Thank
you.
you,
did.
Neo. We miss you, yes. Can't wait to see you one day soon.
This is a good roll. Michael Jordan.
Hey.
Michael Jordan!
Michael
My
Jordan.
best Eric
Man,
impression.
I'm rolling Michael Jordans tonight. That hits, yeah.
Michael Jordan always hits.
Oh yeah, yeah.
12 points. 12 points of damage for that
12
guy.
points of damage. You swing your hammer around, and it does exactly what you expect it to do. His bones shatter underneath it, and he falls crumpled in a mass to the ground.
And Bare Knuckle McGee is next to me too. Does he want some?
Bare
He wants
Knuckle
some as
McGee.
well.
He wants some too.
I'm enrolling. Oh, this. Okay, not as good. 16 total with the penalty.
16 is also a hit.
Yes.
That scalpel left you a little off balance, but it is a hit.
Oh, I got a 12 on the die. So that's 16
Nice.
damage.
Maximum damage!
So you basically just kind of
What's going
continue
on?
your swing into this guy. You drive his arm into his chest cavity, and you can actually see where like the arm is sort of in him, and he just like you can't see his eyes because there's this like mask on his face, but he just collapses to the ground.
Now there's more. Do I see the other guys coming? There's more guys.
Yeah, there are 2 more. There are 2 more behind you that went into the doorway, and then there are 2 more down the hallway.
Can I give them? How many actions is an intimidating glare?
1.
I have that too.
I give.
She does.
And I have to focus.
Twinsies.
I have to focus on one of them, or can I glare at the 2 guys? How does that work?
Has to be
I don't
Focus
know
at
exactly.
1, sir. Choose your target.
I look at a guy. I don't know. They all have goggles. I
Sure.
can't see their faces. I look at a guy, give him an intimidating glare. I'm not sure how the mechanics of this work, but I have it.
Go for
Roll
it.
an intimidation check.
This would be a good turn if I can.
Demoralized.
Natural 20 on the die. Michael Jordan. It's another Michael Jordan.
Michael
That's
Jordan!
Holy
That's like
cow.
4.
23 for intimidation.
So basically, this guy is demoralized, and you did a 23, so he is
Lose
frightened
himself.
2, which basically means he takes a -2 to all of his action.
Yeah.
That was
Good job,
my
Krag.
favorite turn ever. It
That's
might
'cause
have
you
been
got the
my favorite turn
loincloth
ever with all the
on.
All the Michael Jordans, they put the loincloth on him. I'm rolling Michael Jordans tonight, guys.
That was amazing. It was amazing. Alex, it's your turn. There are 2 guys that have made their way into the room.
Yes.
They're like pointing towards Myer, and they're it looks like they're about to head that way.
Gonna sneak attack behind their backs. At least one of them.
Great. Gonna get one of them.
Here we
Go for it with
go.
that sneaky sneak.
Oh, poop. I'm gonna re-roll that because that was a 3 on the
Key.
die.
Oh man, a reroll? Okay.
Let's. This is not gonna hit. 14.
A 14 is a hit.
Chumps.
Really?
These guys are goons. They're just
Okay.
throwing their lives away foolishly.
Oh my god. Okay, so 6, 12, 13, 14. Wait. Maybe I'm mathing this wrong. Hold on. Let me just look. Yeah, hold on. 6, 12, 13, 14, 15. No, wow.
It's okay.
15 plus 6.
You
15
did it.
plus 6.
Yeah.
15 plus
Yeah, you
6.
did it.
Anyway.
Ed,
Mhm.
Sorry, math
Mhm.
I'll check.
Mhm.
with my rapier.
Mhm.
Okay.
Mhm.
And I
You
think
basically
that's it, right? 'Cause I
jump,
move
you
up.
basically get behind this guy, and you manage to like just very quickly you just sort of stab him
Yeah.
3 quick times. Hit him in the side,
Make an A.
under the
Alex.
armpit, and you make an A. There you go. And he
Zora.
does, like the others, drop in a heap. You have
one more action.
one more action. Yep. hmm
Is the other guy looking at me?
He notices.
Or is he near me?
He does notice you. But he is not like right next to you, but you could move to him.
Can I also do intimidating glare on him?
You
Since
certainly
it's one
could.
action.
Absolutely.
Okay.
Yeah.
Now
Here
you're
we
getting the
go.
hang of it.
I always forget I have that. 14 plus 3. 17.
17. That is successful. You do manage to do an intimidating glare. Although I think I'm doing that wrong, but it doesn't matter. You do it. It's fine. It's okay.
Great.
You take a negative. He takes a -1. I believe that I'm the one that's supposed to roll, but it doesn't matter. I don't care.
Rules.
It's okay.
I'm done.
Yeah, I'm supposed to roll, but it's fine. They are intimidated. He is intimidated by 1. Krag's, your guy's intimidated by 2. It is my turn. The guy that Myer was facing turns to
Ooh.
run. It is no longer windy. It now becomes foggy, and any perception check is now at a
perception.
-1. As the fog begins to almost like seep from the ground and the walls and the ceiling around you. It almost seems to be permeating the entire surface. So this guy runs from you, Myer, but he runs into the transference room. He doesn't choose to go back out the hallway where all this chaos is going. Alex, the guy that you just glared at, lunges for you with both greasy, grimy, bloody hands towards your
Okay.
face.
And I have nimble dodge. Let's see.
You're gonna nimble dodge. Good call.
Yep.
This is a 19.
Oh, that's exactly my nimble dodge. Damn you.
Okay.
All right.
He grabs you, and you need to roll a fortitude save.
Oh, gross. Okay, fortitude.
Should have had a poop stash.
Oh. Okay, so I cragged it. I'm going to use my... Can I use my +10 on that? Or is that only
Have
on
to declare it
tackles?
ahead of time. Krag made me choose earlier today. Krag said, "Do
Okay.
I have to declare it ahead of time?" And I said, "Yes."
No worries. No worries. 7 fortitude. Krag.
7. Okay.
Oh no, what happened?
Basically, he just sort of like slides his greasy hands toward you and like sticks his thumbs into your mouth and digs his hands towards your eyes. And you just pull him off, and there's just this blood and entrails. And you're like tasting this metallic blood that isn't yours, and you're like spitting. There's like granules, and it's so gross.
I mean, it could be mine. Could be my recycled me.
Krag. There is a final
Tim.
guy who once again has a schmalpel. He runs up to you. He does not seem very confident in his actions, but he is going to attack at you.
Is the scared guy?
This is the scared guy. He whiffs wildly. Tries to swing back around with like a backhand, like he knew what he was doing. 13's not going to hit you, right?
No.
No, we both have the same AC. Twinsies.
Yeah. So he just. This is laughable.
Big mistake.
What he
that was a bad last mistake he'll ever make.
Myer, it is your turn. You see Alex is like just fighting off this guy's hands. Krag is just murdering people out in the hallway. And there's this guy swinging wildly at Krag. What do you do?
Shake my head very sadly. Walk towards the guy that just swung at Krag. Hey, buddy, why? Why did you do it? You could have run. I mean, we let your other friends go, and now I kill you, and it's just so unnecessary. I don't understand why you made me do this. I'll get right up to him. Devise a clever stratagem to end his life. Kill him where he stands.
He is at least 2 move actions from you. So I don't think a clever stratagem is something that you can do, but you can just
Then
attack.
I'll stab him regularly.
Your first regular stab of the game. Your first regular stab. You see that, Jennifer Zhang? I get Jim. I have dominance.
It's a dirty 20 to hit him.
Oh, crap. Yeah, you got him.
The dirty 20 hit him, but I'll roll that flat check. That is an 11 on the die.
Jeez, I wanted this wild magic to go my way once.
But it didn't. It's 5 doubled 10 points of damage.
That was exactly enough. You just sort of like, sadly, you just slowly drive your blade through him. It's just enough where you imagine or kind of see in your mind's eye just the lights just sort of dimming in his eyes, and he slumps over onto you, and you just sort of push him off. He slides down the blade. And that is the end of your turn, Krag. It is now your turn. The only remaining enemy that you have sight on is currently kind of like scrambling to get at Alex.
Oh, really?
What do you do?
I confidently move forward, not too fast, and just bring the hammer down on this guy's head.
There has been a resubscription from It's Ed Moore. Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you, Ed.
Formerly of the Crossbones variety.
That's right.
Okay. That's I don't know if it was so confident. 16.
Yeah, that's confident. It's fine.
Yeah. Jump.
Swing your fists. It doesn't matter.
Jump.
There's a new follow from Peachy Keen 44.
Thank you.
Hey, Peachy Keen.
14 points of damage. Bring them all just straight down on this guy's head, trying to scramble.
Just straight down is like you know that the head is where the head is supposed to be. It's no longer where it's supposed to be. It's lowered into the body. There is no neck. You can like almost see like this, and then just falls down. Crushed, dead. There are no more enemies on the field.
Currently.
What do you 3 heroes do?
Search.
You were right,
bodies.
Myer. They should have left. They should have gone. They
I
did
thought
this
they
to
were gonna break.
themselves.
These guys are a lot crazier than I
Wow! That was a sub-splosion from an anonymous user.
Thank you.
Thank you so
Thank
much.
you so
Thank you,
Thank you,
That was
guys.
amazing. Alex, you begin searching these bodies. It becomes apparent to you pretty quickly that they're all dressed relatively the same. However, as you kind of notice, there's like, they have quote-unquote regular clothes on underneath. And all in all, you collect about 7 total in value gold pieces. Wow, that's really difficult to say. Yeah, whatever. You get what I'm saying. From them, what you also notice is, of course, there were these instruments. There are these masks that they have as well. Each one is wearing a mask. And there is one body in particular that has like a leather tied on clipboard on him, with like a piece of chalk that's also tied onto it, like you'd tie a pen to a clipboard so you can hold on to it.
Mm-hmm.
And that's.
I'll grab it and I'll look at it. And
No,
I'll grab
I run
the chalk
over,
and
I
I'll
grab
pocket
it
chalk.
from her, and I throw it.
Okay.
I run up, take the clipboard, and I throw it across her. No, I'm just kidding.
Let me at least read it.
It is a checklist. It says Plow Day. 2 human males, Tormus Institute, check. 1 human female, Brecken Correctional, check. 1 elf female, Tord House, check. 2 half-elf females, Wellstone, check. Smith Day, 1 human male, Brecken Bastille, check. And just sort of continues on that way. These names. Why don't you go ahead and roll a society check for me?
Okay. Well.
12. Does anybody else
Yeah,
look
can
at
I
this
be
paper,
reading this
or
out loud?
do you read it, or do you read it to anybody else?
I would
Basically,
I would
anybody
either read
that
out loud
reads it
or
or
give
she
it to
reads it to
Myer.
You can also roll society checks. I'm sorry, I should have said that ahead of time.
Myer takes notes, and he read the last clipboard, so I'd probably show Myer at least.
Yeah, I got an 18 on a society check.
18. Myer, this is fairly... You realize that all of the subjects are coming from various locations in the area that appear to be correctional facilities, jails, asylums. That is what you know.
Alright. These guys are a lot crazier than I thought they would be. Kinda assumed they would break and run. We don't really know how many more of these people are here, and frankly, as easy as it is, I don't feel like standing around slaughtering a bunch of goons who don't know good enough to run when it suits them, so we might have to get out of here.
Yeah. You guys notice like blood puddling around Krag's feet, and all the nail wounds are bleeding, and he's got this giant gash.
I don't have any health potions.
Did we not get any potions off these guys or anything good? There's nothing we... Can you, hey, Myer, can you stitch this up?
I don't have medicine either.
No.
No,
Yeah,
no, sir. You're just gonna have to sleep it off.
That's fine. Let's keep. Yeah, we should keep moving. We gotta find Lyra and.
Let's just go. Okay, let's finish this
Melanie.
building and go down that hallway.
Okay.
Okay.
Can we find? Is this the point where we find the FTC? Adam, can we?
Oh,
the FTC.
Those days.
Can we?
The
so
freaking terrible creature, right? The freaking terrible creature, FTC.
No.
The fan treasure.
Or
Yeah.
the flippin'
chest.
terrible creature.
No, we're gonna get. So we put
No.
on the leather masks with the goggles, and we go into that organic room looking for the FTC because it's probably in.
That is a good question. Do you guys take those masks with you? What do you do with the
I would
objects
take
that you
them.
find?
Yeah. Let's take a couple
We each
of
take a
masks.
mask?
Yes.
Each are taking a
I'm
mask?
taking the chalk as well. Chalk.
Poop mask. I'm
Sure,
taking a poop
yeah.
mask.
And I'll split up the gold later.
It's charcoal, Alex, for what it's worth. Black.
Okay.
Rather than white.
I take
Okay.
and mask. Okay.
When you reach the turn in the hallway, you realize that the hallway really doesn't continue much further down. It actually ends in a final door. And you can see that door is marked research.
I'm gonna slowly open it. Stealthy open it. I'll roll.
Stealthily. Why don't you roll a stealth check?
Natural 1. Plus 3, 4.
Creaks. It just... and you're like, the slower you go, the louder it gets.
Sorry.
As you open this door, you realize...
Peek in. Yeah.
You realize that basically, if you were to walk into this, there's just another small room in front of you with another door directly in front of you. That door is painted in red and yellow with a sign labeled "Caution, do not enter." To either side, there are stairs that go up with an arrow pointing up, as if like, walk up the stairs, as if you didn't know.
Do you think that going up the stairs is an observation area, and in there is all the experimentation?
Sure, I mean, why not? There's only one way
I
to
feel like
find
I
out.
Oh god. Okay, stairs or through the door?
Go up the stairs.
I can. Yeah, it says do not enter.
Hey, you can't just go in that room. That's for employees only.
Yeah, they're
But
all
don't
dead.
you think the red and yellow? Isn't that?
Red and
I was
yellow what?
expecting you to say Hulkamania, Adam.
Oh yeah, you're right, Eric.
Red
Sorry,
and yellow, it says
everybody. It actually
Hulkamania
says
across
Hulkamania. It actually says Hulkamania across it.
Let's go through the
Hulkamania's
doors.
inside. Just go, hurry, quick, get in there. You could be late. You might be
wild.
missing it.
It's running
Oh
wild.
my
Let's go-
goodness.
Let's go up the stairs.
Okay, so what do you guys
we go up
do?
the stairs. I think we're going
Oh,
up the
okay,
stairs.
you don't go to
Everyone says
Hulkamania.
upstairs.
Got it.
Yeah, that's the big boss door. We're gonna go up the stairs.
Alex.
Yes.
Alex, you appear to be absolutely on the nose. You are about 10 feet up, overlooking a large room that is on the other side of that yellow and red door. This is not Hulkamania. You are at an observation level, and you can see that on the other side of the room, those stairs went up to a similar observation area on that side. Below you, dimly glowing yellow fixtures provide a sliver of visibility. It is much dimmer in here. There are
It's
people
also
down
foggy.
there. It's foggy. There are people down there moving. And you realize that you can also hear moaning, gurgling, grunting. It takes a moment through the fog for you to realize what it is you're seeing. This entire area, this large room, is filled with Krags, Lyras, and Alexes. But they're all wrong. That Krag has 3 arms. That Alex has no legs or hair. And that Lyra over there is missing her hands. Looking more closely, you see other versions have no face, only holes where the mouth might be. More still have extra appendages or even more grotesquely swapped limbs, legs where arms should be, or teeth where fingers might be.
Oh.
What do you guys do?
Burn it all down. We have to blow this. We gotta burn it all down. Hey, do you have any alchemist fire?
I don't have anything.
I don't. How do I have any of that?
This is not right. This is not natural. This is not anything good.
Oh man. Looking down, do we see like someone who looks like they're in charge, or is it everyone looks the same?
I mean, from what you can tell, this is just a just shambling forms. Some are crawling on feet that are hands. Some are limping. Some are just laying there. Some are even just squirming on the ground.
What is this? What is this building made of? Is it flammable? That's my question.
This is.
We look around.
It's
Can we?
stone.
This is stone.
Yeah,
So
stone.
the whole building, most of the building is stone, so we can't really burn it.
Yeah.
I don't understand why they're copying all of us. It doesn't make any sense. Are they trying to build up an army or something? I don't get this. Not right. I don't.
You taking notes, Myer, or is this in your notes? Taking notes of this, right?
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Look, guys, we gotta get out of here. We can't bring this place down. And this is real sad, but there's nothing we can do about it right now. The best
we
we
need to
can do
remember
is
this
get out.
spot. Sorry.
No, you're good. You're right.
I want to come back and destroy it.
I have a crazy idea.
Oh boy.
Hoop mustaches
He
for
said-
everybody!
No, that's no. What if we open the red and yellow doors and leave? Get out of here. Open the doors and leave, and let all these things roam out and take care of the other goggle guys in here and everyone else in here. Is that a bad idea?
I mean, no. Or yes. The thing is, we don't know if these are like people in that. Every other Krag, Alex, or Lyra we've met has been sort of indiscriminately hostile. We let those things out and they end up
we're
hurting others. We got problems. If they're just people trapped down there, then we kind of are morally obligated to let them out. We just don't know what's going to happen until we open the door.
Fair enough.
We need to
let's-
just go. We need to go
Where's the
find
portal?
Lyra and Hallie. There's a portal?
I don't know. Is there a magic way to get out of here? Let's find the. Lyra
We
kept
just gotta
talking about
walk out.
portals.
I guess, yeah, go back down the hallway and come, you know,
I mean,
where we came from, I guess.
physically walked in.
Oh, it's true. It's true.
We theoretically know the way out.
Yeah, you do know that, I mean, this, as Myer said, you could literally walk out. You guys also know that you arrived here on boat and you have, I mean, Warren Mill is a hugely traversed area. You imagine that you could find transport on one of the boats back. I mean, there's a ton of commerce that travels through here, and you have to imagine that just as easy as it was to sail here, it could be just as easy to sail back to Anderley. And you know that Lyra and Hallie are in danger.
We have
There
the
were three
gold.
of you, but only two of them. You have the gold, although some of it was just stolen by the real Gobshite. You didn't
Well,
realize I
there
gave
was
cast
even
members the
healers.
ability to steal from other cast members on the network. It's dangerous.
No, but there was way more gold than that because Alex has been collecting gold pieces from everybody. Before we leave, though, we got to grab that little reliable.
Oh
runt
yeah, reliable
and take-
Richie, and we
Oh,
gotta throw
yes.
him in a
grab
pit of acid
reliable
or
Richie
something.
and destroy.
So
Yeah,
let's
take
go
him.
get him. Let's go get him.
Yeah, we go bag that son of a. Yeah, we bag him. We take him with.
So there is a gnome that is broken and bruised and just bloody. Yeah, I mean, what do you want to do with this bleeding, dead gnome?
Is he
Take him
dead
into
or should
organic
we?
processing, and we
Yeah!
recycle
That's-
him.
That's a great idea. Yeah, we get a bone saw. We put the masks on. I get my mask on. I say, Myer, that's a great idea.
We'll get all
yeah. So we can breathe.
Okay.
That's a
So
good
you
idea.
guys go all Walter White, and you take the gnome into organic processing, and you process Richie. It's worth. I guess it's worth noting that organic processing has the vats that you saw. Yeah, I mean, unless you guys want to take any more time, there's really nothing else there. There's just a lot of tools and mechanisms to process bodies.
Nice.
Goodbye, Richie.
Throw him in the vat.
Oh.
He can't talk. He's dead.
He didn't talk. He just moaned. Oh. Every time you cut into him, he goes, oh. All right. So you guys process Richie. You remove the masks after leaving. You make your way out of the Broken Fang and back towards the docks. It is not difficult to find passage. And in fact, it will only cost 1 gold piece for the lot of you total to get you back to Anderley. And it does seem like it will take 2 days' time, though the captain says that he will try his best to get you there as quick as possible. But
Thank you.
that is an adventure, as Jim puts, for another time. So we'll have to see you all next week for that exciting next episode. You've done it! Good job, everybody. Good job.
We did it.
Thank you. We did it.
We
Fans
did
out
it.
there, I would love to know, Dat Fam, what you think of dragons and things in the Power of the Universe. I would love to know your feedback, your thoughts. What are your theories? Are you enjoying it? Does it interest you? Does it not? Because I would point out that a lot of you were watching in the first episode, but I don't see as many of you now, and I want to know where you went. Where did you go? I want you to watch. Unless you don't want to watch, then I don't want you to watch, because then it's just a waste of your time.
Well, you got one answer. Daniel Land says, "Oh, another week of waiting." So I think Daniel Land's like,
Daniel Lands, thanks so much.
"Thank you, Daniel."
Cranky Stank says it's a size thing. Oh, it's a size. Oh, never mind.
It's not.
Okay,
It's not a size. It's not a size thing. And Jared, I don't have little guy hate. I have hate for people that try to kill us and nail my feet to the floor and do all kinds of bad things and trick us. And it had nothing to do with him being little. And then Myer said we got to process him so he can't come back, and it was a good idea.
Everyone's enjoying it. Penguin Witch Doctor says I'm enjoying it. Daniel Land's giving us a big thank you.
Hey, I like Brian Saffron
loves
Thunders.
it.
Says too much Marcus hate, but I very much enjoy the show.
Ah.
Hey,
Cranky
Hallie
Stank,
is a
thank you.
wonderful character. I thoroughly enjoy Hallie.
She's wonderful.
Yeah.
Cranky Stank says, "Dat Power of the Universe is great. It's a mix of the old familiar dragons and stuff, dragons and things flavor, but with some new and intriguing twists." Me GMing. Yeah, let's see how long the Rady GMing experiment lasts. I'm gonna think that's not gonna last too long. I actually really enjoy playing with you guys. I really enjoy creating stories for you. I hate the rules, as I've probably made very apparent. Not because I hate Pathfinder or Pies or anything like that. I in fact love it. I love that. I love playing in it, but I hate creating around rules because all I want to do is just be like, oh, I'll just tell them a story. I'll just tell them the story and things will happen. And it's all packaged within rules and boundaries. And I am not a man who likes rules or boundaries. And so I find it very difficult because I'll write up the whole story and then I'll get there and I'll be like, oh crap, I need like stats for these things. Fine, I'll go look up stats. That part feels like work to me because I am lazy and terrible. And that's really just what it comes down to. There are also 6 computers in this room right now that are all on, and I am so hot. I don't know if you can see the sweat just dripping off of me.
I see your
Zippy
mustache.
Karma says, am I late?
Too warm.
For the art.
Ooh, so warm. So warm.
Someone else was saying to use the grease spell and then light the whole thing on fire. Should have done that.
That was a thought.
We can't cast grease though.
I know, but we could scoop up the grease from the other room, That's not a thing.
A chaotic
Wait a minute.
neutral GM? I thought they were obligated to be lawful evil. I am completely chaotic neutral. In fact, I lean more towards their success than I do anything else. I'm just like, yeah, you guys do things. Please. Because the things you guys come up with are so creative and amazing.
You let me make a silly mustache with fish guts and bird poop. Thank you.
I don't
And
know
my own
that I
hair.
let you do anything. I don't know that I was given a choice.
Oh.
All right, as a friendly
Gross.
reminder, Owl Creek Ridge is on hiatus until season 2 returns in just a couple weeks. They will be headed to summer camp. Very excited about that for Camp Mugapee. GM Jared is busy at work creating that show, and we're very excited to see where that one lies. But next Wednesday, you can watch Scoured Stars over on Paizo. That is, we make that show. Okay, we make it. It's cool. It's fun. And we would love for you to watch it. Jim is the GM on that. Diana is one of the cast members, along with some other very familiar faces. And then, of course, we return for episode 6. Wow. Episode 6 of Dragon Things in the Power of the Universe. And there's only 8. There's only 8. What will I do? What will I do?
What am I gonna do? Oh.
Secret's out, everybody. I don't know what the next episode has. I'll write it next week. It'll be fine, I'm sure.
Craig's gonna be refining his mustache techniques. That's
Oh, we already did that. We
God.
got to do something else. We got to do
Something
something
else.
else. We already did that. I'm gonna blow into something next.
One more reminder,
Okay.
please send your love towards Megan Cave. She could really use it.
Yeah.
She is a phenomenal, fantastic person, and she did go through some tremendous loss. So any support you can provide is greatly appreciated. There are bonuses still on the board, but they are starting to get
Yes.
fewer and far between. So do be thinking about that for episode 6, 7, and 8. Though Krag's still holding on to that nat 20, and Lyra will have wild magic at the start of the next episode. Myer, though, your wild magic fades away. That's it for this week. There's a coin! Oh, the real Gobshite taketh and he giveth as well. Who did he... Wait, so who did he steal from and then who did he
He
give?
stole
Oh,
from
here, Krag, I felt bad.
And then
Oh, he gave it back to
Justin-
Krag.
Yeah.
That's fun.
Thank you, Jared.
All right, everybody. That was a blast. Thank you all so much. Anybody else have anything?
Thank you, Dat Fan Best Fam.
That fan best
That's it.
fam!
Guys,
Mwah.
follow my channel. I have a channel. I do stuff. Krag, son of Horus. Click on my name. Drop me a
He's
follow.
becoming a
It's
real
mustache-
streamer, everybody.
I'm a
My God,
streamer,
I know. He's like talking about it.
Guys, listen. I do Mustache Mondays now. You can win a mustache. I've already had
This is a
2
real
winners.
thing?
This is a real thing. I will send you a mustache. Not this one. You'll get a mustache in the mail. It has a name. I know Lucas Martinez wants one of those mustaches. But join me. I know it's at the Butt Crack of Dawn at 7 a.m. Pacific time
Yeah, gross.
during the week. I know, Monday through Thursday. But I do, and Brian hangs out. It's very fun. We play video games, Nintendo stuff. It's cool. So,
Well,
I'll
on
follow
that
Krag's on
note,
horse.
one more thing then. If you guys want to watch some Cyberpunk, you can watch me and Adam Kahn on the Norse Boundary channel for Fenrir Rising.
that's right.
I'm sorry, we don't
Yeah,
don't promote Norse Foundry on this stream. I'm sorry, no Norse
Uh-oh.
Foundry promotion on this stream.
Uh,
I'm just kidding. Of course we promote Norse Foundry. Look down at the bottom of the screen. They're one of our sponsors.
right there!
Goodbye, everybody. Goodbye, Jim. Do you have
Good
anything to promote?
night.